Are we ready to jump in? Jump in?
No, don't want to.
No? So, a little recap from where we left off last time. Deep in the forest. Oh, I've got the forest map. I haven't got the forest. I will send you guys the forest map, but I've got the grid hex map made up to send you guys as well. Well, actually, I'll just put it somewhere so we can look at it. Which plots out your route into the border forest. You have touched into the border forest as you made your way from the Glimmering Hollow after finding there would be a gnoll problem. The people of the town have been turned into dog-like creatures, dog humanoids called gnolls, which you found as you've been assisting the druid Undriel to try and get her to the druids. She has all the information. The Death Bloom has been collecting it with you guys all the way from Redvant, and as you've been making your way south along the border forest, you've made your way kind of to the halfway point, and had come across this Glimmering Hollow, which had many links. You'd been sent there as it was on the route. You've been going to get Undriel there. You knew that Mira, who is linked to Arta, one of Arta's siblings, adopted siblings, or as we say, was there and had been sent there, but is missing. And as you got there, the town was completely turned. About 200 odd people turned into gnolls, and the answer to which you kind of were looking for solutions, ways of ending curses, other than just using potions and spells, was to follow the druid, whose name was Bryn. Follow his paperwork and learnings that you went and found within his homestead in the Glimmering Hollow into the forest. Along the route, along one of the expedition routes that he had plotted out on the map, was the first point about a day's walk away that just had the tagline on it, Jenny, reminding you guys of one Jenny the Hag, which you had encountered many moons ago on the outskirts, or kind of on the outskirts of Redvant's border forest, when looking for Meadow. Rest in peace. At the end of the last session, you had a big fight against what seemed to be some kind of Death Bloom presence. A owlbear presented itself in a clearing where fog had surrounded you guys, temporarily blinding you and giving you all visions of this skeletal, wooden beast like a deer. Very difficult to manifest into an actual picture until later on, once that owlbear was killed, and reforming from the owlbear, or not far from the owlbear, from the roots of the plants, was the kind of the full manifestation of this beast. A larger, slightly larger than owlbear sized, I don't really know even how to describe it. Half wood, half beast, with the face that you'd all seen as you fought valiantly, many of you going down and taking points of exhaustion. And as the fight was looking pretty good, you were doing all right there, but it was a bit touch and go. I think a few people went down 2 or 3 times. An old friend appeared, one Corin, in his full mushroom form, unrecognizable bar, his stealthy movement, and his blue suede shoes, as he darted in to help you guys finish off and kill this beast. As it died, its body absorbed as quickly as it formed into the roots, and there seemed to be a slight bit of respite, with Corin passing in the explosion that came from killing the beast. And another old friend, Thistle Bramblefoot, in a slightly different visage, as a Mothman floated in, bouncing off trees, to tell you guys that you have been requested by Jenny to come to her hag's home in the forest, as she would like to speak to you post this fight. And that is where we ended, as you guys passed through the kind of hallucinatory terrain that surrounded Hut, kind of passing through this bubble which looked like normal forest, as you pass into more lush forestry. And what you see above you, kind of up a slight pathway in the hill, is a round hut within these thick, bushy trees. To start with, can you all give me a perception check, please?
So with the exhaustion, it's -1.
-1 for every level of exhaustion you've got, yeah.
Can we put exhaustion on a character sheet?
It's on the conditions, yeah.
It is,
but it doesn't work the same way.
This is one D&D rules. That's old D&D rules are bad, because if you take 6 points, you die. It's pretty punishing.
You're saying we're gonna die 6 times?
No, but you don't normally get exhaustion points from dying. This is just like incorporating the rules.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Did I get knocked down?
If you did, you
back
got
up
back up again. Whee!
They're never going to keep me down. That's 9.
9. Wow, you see nothing.
8 for Zaga, as per usual.
With my 3 points of exhaustion, I got 12.
Nice. So, with the dirty 20, as you are approaching this, okay, the rest of you, it's weird. Well, one, there's a sense of apprehension. Last time you met Jenny, she tried to coerce and con you into coming into a swamp and dying. You do see those same wisps kind of floating about, almost like hanging lights here. But as you look closer, you realise that these aren't lights attached or anything. These are just lit up ghostly spirits that are floating around the place. This nice round old cottage that sits at the top. As you're making your way up, following the Mothman Fizzle Bramblefoot. But Von, you pick up in the back of the tree. This is like it is just like a round hut that's kind of set in, almost like a tree house set inside the tree. You pick up 2 things with that high roll. One, to the side of the house, almost in like what you'd call like a lean-to or like a garage hut side on the edge, on the far right-hand side. You see the front end of what looks something like large and bone that moves up. And the only reason you pick it up is you see it kind of wiggle and step back. It looks like if you had like how a knife would run, but turn it upside down. So like a curved edge comes around and there's a top, but you can just see it's made out of bone. And as you kind of catch it, because it wiggles and moves backwards inside, and that leads you to look up above, and you are sure you see up above within the tree something much, much larger move. Whether that's the tree moving or something within the tree, but behind the hut, bigger and taller than the hut itself is. You're talking well over like giant size, almost like to the size of the tree that you've seen before. Something you think you see something moving, but as you look, you can't see it there. It could be a tree, it could be anything, but you get the feeling there's something else and some other presence around the back of the witch's hut. The rest of you see nothing. As you all kind of follow Thistle up to the front door, he kind of takes you to the front of the house, knocks on the door, and kind of steps back. Jenny will wait for you inside, and he kind of just ushers you in. Everybody going in?
All of us together.
Dagger will go through.
Yeah, you're all together. So sorry, if there's anything as you're walking up and you're going through and seeing this as you pass in the bubble, if there's anything as a group you'd like to discuss before you go in, this would be your time.
I will relay to the others that to keep an eye on the trees, because it looks like there's some sort of movement up there.
Dagger will go through the door without giving it a second thought.
Art doesn't pay attention to this because he's too tired and not very perceptive right now. And yours looks into the
Arta's checking out Jenny.
You haven't seen Jenny yet. You cheeky rascal.
I was getting ready to check out Jenny. He's licking his fingertips and doing his eyebrows.
Is Thumble coming in as well?
No, he is
Can I ask
waiting
him?
outside.
Will you be joining us to see Jenny? Or?
No. This is Jenny has requested you. I shall go back to my duties for Jenny outside.
Interesting. Okay.
Cool.
I'll go in as well.
So as you walk in, it's very grotto-esque, like lots of curtains and bits. And as you move them across, there's like not like a damp smell. There's lots of incense and a kind of bit of dust and maybe a slight bit of damp within there as you kind of go through what feels like 3 or 4 different curtains as you enter this large round chamber. Doesn't quite feel those with like with plus 10 passive perception. You get the feeling that you've kind of walked in where this is a round room. It's not the full circle. You're in like an inner circle of this hut. But it is what would be kind of best described like a little like yurt. Lots of cushions sat around the outside. A big kind of steepled fire, like stove, with a pot on top in front that is kind of whistling away. And as you all step in, you hear the whistle that you recognise as being like a kettle, boiling water, something setting off the whistle of this thing. And as you kind of move in and fan around, you notice then at the back, just stepping out from behind the curtain, who you assume to be Jenny the hag. Who you all got? Did you everyone see Jenny last time round? Bar Otter.
Just
I
not
didn't.
Otter.
I didn't.
Otter.
Yeah, we
so,
saw.
so to everyone else, you notice a slightly different visage. You are expecting a hag. What you are seeing is what almost looks to be a different person. This body shape is the same of Jenny. The hair is still whitened down, but the face itself looks much younger. The features look a lot more tight, and the skin a lot more taut around the face. It essentially looks like a younger version of the woman or the hag that you'd seen before. Otter, for you have no previous recollection. So what you see is just what looks like a young witch, which is strange from what you were looking before. But as you come in, she kind of opens her arms up. Very, the only person I could come up when I was thinking about it was like a white-haired Catherine Zeta-Jones in the Addams Family. It's kind of close as I could get to it. Very dominant in presence, but yeah, looks much younger than the older hag you had seen before. As she lifts her-
My, what a luscious thing you are. And what can I say? What a smashing blouse you have on.
You know that's what blouse you had on.
Zaga looks confused.
Aroused. Welcome.
Can I look around the room and see if there's anything that looks sparkly? Oh, it's now a magpie.
Give me a perception check. What in terms of sparkly? What do you mean sparkly? Like jewel wise or
No, just something shiny.
something
Do
shiny?
you want John to be a
Spoons.
magpie with a help action?
No, it's fine. That's an 8.
An 8, no. Like I say, it's very yurt-esque. There's lots of cloth, lots of like beanbag, big pillows on the floor, and there's no table. And as you come in and exclaim whatever you would like to exclaim, Jenny gives you a nod, Otto, and says, "Welcome. I've been expecting you. Would you all like to take a seat? Maybe some tea?"
It would be
See
great.
what makes you look younger? I can do that too. And I touch my hat.
So, many things that can make one look younger, young kobold. And she goes up and she steps up to the kettle. And as you can decide where you sit, but yeah, you can see that she has her one larger cushion and walks up to the middle. And there's enough space that you could walk around this central kettle and each of the seats are there. But she set it up so she's sitting here and you guys will take seats around the kind of semicircle that faces her. As she starts to pour out tea and sets it down on a little side stool that is next to each of the cushion. As you all would like to take seats,
Yeah, Zaga will
you
sit.
can choose to sit as
Yeah,
close or
oh.
far away as you like. You perverts.
Zaga will sit on the
nearest seat.
chair that's nearest to it.
I'll sit quite far away.
I'll
Well,
sit
our
next to-
antagonist did the same
I'll
thing.
rub my thighs before I sit down.
I want to sit next to teacher. So, I believe some of us have met before. Different circumstances. What brings
Yeah,
you
you
this?
tried to kill us.
Well, you know, everyone's out trying to make a living these days, trying to get different things here and there, but that was another time. What brings you my way today?
Well, Fizzle Bumblefuck said you wanted to see us.
That is true. I believe you had a little running with a mutual acquaintance of ours. She kind of looks around. Oh, and Andrea was with you as well, I forgot. As she looks towards Andrea. As she,
Can I hold
says-
Andrea's hand? Because I'm really nervous.
Yep. Yeah, you and Andrea can sit down. Yeah, you'll know that Andrea is not nervous. She's like, you can feel that she's very rigid in body, where she's sat there like she's ready for anything to happen, but isn't observing signs of nerves. And actually, you kind of probably grabbing her hand would slightly release some of the tension that she's probably holding. She kind of looks at Andrea and kind of looks around you. She's like, "No, our friend the Death Bloom. You met him before, did you not? After our brief encounter the first time in the woods."
Him?
We have
Yep.
multiple times now.
Yes. And
When you say him, do you mean the owl bear?
the Deaf Bloom himself. I maybe have misgendered my mutual acquaintance. I'm not sure I've ever asked whether it's a him or her, but the voice that comes through is rather masculine.
Wait, the Death Bloom's a person?
Well, the Deaf Bloom has something behind him, do you not think?
Oh, is that my friend that I saw when I ate the duck?
I mean, only you will know that. Was he a handsome fellow with rather large horns?
He did have some horns.
Well, then maybe that was our friend the Deaf Bloom. You've had a few runs in with him, but you are the first I've seen that have, lived to tell the tale.
We're just special, I guess.
And that was your reason for coming into the forest?
Actually, it was some dog people. What do you know about dog people?
She a smile crawls, and actually an unnaturally large smile, Grinch-esque grin that comes across her face. Ah, yes. Well, I know a fair amount about our friends of the Hollow. That was part, our friend the Bloom, and part maybe myself. There's a little of my handiwork in there.
Well, you missed this one dickhead. He runs the shop. Can you get him next time round?
I don't normally miss, but yeah, if you would like me to go on a vendetta for you, she kind of leans in a bit, then we can talk about that later.
I'm perfectly capable of my own vendettas. I just wanted to, mess with him a bit.
Okay, shame.
The real reason we're here is to hopefully reverse the effect of what's happened in the Hollow.
Oh, those you want to reverse that? I mean, they're quite nice as gnolls, wonderful creatures. They den packs, sometimes I believe they're much better than the humans, dwarves, elves, and God knows what else is living there.
Zaga looks nonchalant. He doesn't really care about the dog people.
Neither does I.
Nobody
Arta
cares.
looks concerned about the future of the dog people.
We can talk about the gnolls of the Hollow, if you'd like. I suppose, as you're here, and you are correct, I did ask my good friend Thistle to go and acquire you. Had the laying trap of the Bloom been successful? We can talk about that as part of maybe a larger problem I'm having with our mutual friend. He's getting a little bit too big for his boots, shall we say.
Hang on just a second. What did you do to Fizzle, by the way?
Thistle, he came to me with a problem, and I provided him a solution. He had caused a little bit of a problem back at his home, and I said I could help him out for a small fee. The small fee is how you see Thistle now. He let his words get away with him a little too much, and I had a little bit too much fun with that one, but I'm sure we can sort his problems out eventually. Something about magic beans.
Well, the thing is, we've already sorted his problems out.
Even better.
So what exactly is Thistle getting out of this little agreement you have with him then?
You know a woman never kisses and tells. A curse between me and somebody is our little pact to talk about. If you'd like to again bring Thistle into this conversation, then this is another thing we can talk about later.
What is it this Stepling wants? Why is he doing this?
I thought you said this dumpling or something.
I thought you
I was like, I was so confused. Sorry. I was like, what? I was like, what have I forgotten?
No, you're my little dumpling.
Oh, you are sweet. I'll have to get rid of that beard if you were to
visibly.
stay around. This is the problem with a beast, a creature, a ideology such as our friend the Bloom. He won't stop until he's taken everything and everyone. He's very single-minded in that, and whilst he has granted me some additional power since our last meet, and I have been grateful for it, he is starting to encroach a little. It's a little tactless, a little boring, and complete domination of everybody because of... It just doesn't sit well with me, but I unfortunately have made deals and I must stand by said deals, so there's some things I potentially am looking for some help with.
Sounds like a you problem.
Well, this is the thing. A me problem could very much become a problem for a lot more people if I let our little friend the Bloom continue.
Wait, he's our friend as well? I looked to Von confused.
Arthur, he's not our friend.
He
You talking
seemed
about
friendly
Zaga?
when I saw him.
I was talking about Zaga.
Yeah, he seemed friendly to me.
Well, if you are on track with his plans and you are one with the forest, then by all means we can end the conversation here. I just saw the way that you he did try just to murder you all just now, and you handled yourself rather well, so I thought maybe we could, have a little conversation about it.
Oh, wait,
Jenny,
that was
may I-
him?
Yes, what
Jenny,
did
may I call you Jenny, or?
you may call me Jenny, dear.
Okay. Do you think there's any particular reason as to why he's getting, letting this power almost go to his head, and especially if he's going against you or encroaching, like you say, on your space? Is there anything that's changed that would make him do that from before?
Well, you must have some understanding of the Blooms. Your friend here, and she looks towards Andrew, was very well versed in them. They are, depending on where their source of power comes, they are always so self-absorbed, so single-minded. Granted, they're not always as powerful as this. I've seen many a Bloom through the years, the ages, but not one so powerful as this. But that doesn't mean they're any different to the ones that came before, just a little bit more powerful, I suppose.
Do you know where he came from?
I assume where all the Blooms come from. Some manifestation, some problem somewhere deep in the forest that balled itself up and made itself a little nuisance and then started causing havoc. But I don't care for where it came from, more that it can be held back or maybe stopped.
Well, we're happy to do jobs for money. How much are you going to pay us?
Oh, we can talk about money. We can talk about things way more important than money, my kobold friend. You must have a thing or two in there you want more than just gold. I mean, you're not quite the dragon yet, are you?
I don't know. Money goes a long way. Kind of need to eat and stuff.
I mean, he really wants a shield.
Dick.
Shh, you weren't supposed to tell her.
Oh, shit.
Yes, we can come to some arrangement. Gold is something that I can play with, but there's much more fun things in the world that we can discuss as part of a deal. But whilst we're here, are we discussing a deal? Are you happy to talk to me today about our friend the Bloom and what we might come to some mutual agreement?
Well, we're kind of in the middle of something at the moment, so, you'd have to go into the line. You'd have to wait your turn.
Okay, well, that gold may be stretching a bit further away from you. But that's, like I say, you did quite a good job today. Thistle reported back very good things. I was expecting to bring back some carcasses and some interesting items, but to see you all standing is a surprise. So,
we weren't really standing. Quite a few of us fell down quite a few times.
well, maybe next time I can help make sure that you're all standing at the end.
What's in this for you?
Like I say, I have certain rules, certain responsibilities, certain reputation to maintain. If I make a deal with people, I can't just renege. I can't just back out. Me and the Bloom are somewhat intertwined, and I suppose there's only one way to get round the deal. A loophole.
Is your deal with this Death Bloom guy the reason that you pretended to be Faywin's friend last time we saw you?
Oh no, that was just for my fun. And I'm sorry, dear, she looks your favourite. It was just a harmless trick. I didn't even have your dear friend in the end anyway. But I did hear her as she was being taken.
Faywin's clenched. She's clenched her jaw and let go of Anjio's hand and is clenching her fist. And eyes well up with tears.
You know, that was all in the past. Like I say, we're very different people now. And I can see you guys have grown quite significantly in power. And, almost a unit now, a team.
I'm waiting for Otter to make a joke about his unit.
Otter's thinking it.
So, I have a little problem. I've brought you here today to discuss my little problem, which appears to be a little bit of your problem as well, a mutual problem. I have some cards to play to help you out. You're friends of the Hollow. I can help there, definitely. But if there's anything else, we, can discuss payments, whether it be gold or something more fun. If you're willing to help me, I'm willing to help you. Together, maybe we can stunt the growth of this little bloom.
Man, I'm always up for some fun.
I can see that. And you don't shy away from a deal, do you?
No, not at all.
Very interesting.
Stopping this bloom is the ultimate goal, but as I say, the immediate thing is the Hollow. We want to get these people back how they were.
Well, I mean, that's easy enough. That's one of my... Let's say one of the things I had slightly more of a hand in than the bloom. It was almost a wonderful plan, the way we pulled it together. And honestly, his ability to tend to move some of the plants was useful, but all the big cards were played by myself. So this is something that we can put on the table. Let's say we make a deal here today. I can release the people of the Hollow, release the curse. But like I say, as easy as I can release the curse, if a deal is broken, the curse can be replaced. Maybe the Hollow and the people that I would maybe aim the curse at, maybe someone that I'd recently made deals with, perhaps. But that's something we can quite easily put on the table if a deal is to be made here today.
I have a quick question.
Ask away.
You mentioned big cards. Are they like playing cards, or...?
The simple one. Oh, no. I mean, the cards can be as big as you'd like, if that makes it a little bit more exciting for you.
Size isn't everything.
Zagger, I think she might like you. She said the stupid one and then answered my question.
I think she said the simple one.
Oh, that's probably me then. Yeah. Shit.
So, on my side of the scale, the people of Glimmering Hollow releasing the curse, and any information I have on our good friend the Bloom. On your side, dealing with the Bloom.
I'll give you one night with Otter.
One night only.
If I wanted one night with your
only.
friend, I could take one night with your friend, and I'm sure he would be
Feel free.
very grateful for it. So,
just as long as you don't show him your real face.
What makes you think
he,
that's
as
Otter's real
you say that, she looks towards you, and you get almost like the half flash of the original face, and then back again.
Zaga shivers.
Only Zaga sees.
Zagger shitters.
Please don't poop on my upholstery. First we'll be cleaning it all night.
Do you need a bucket, Zagger? I smell poo.
We don't deal with buckets.
So,
I mean, that almost sounds like that's a good deal. I'm conflicted.
it is a good deal, you see. I'm not here
No, it
to
doesn't sound that good.
make
It
bad
means we
deals.
have to do all the dangerous stuff.
Yeah, we were gonna
You're
do the dangerous
already on a
stuff
path
anyway.
towards
No, we
danger.
weren't. We weren't going to do the dangerous stuff anyway.
Exactly. Listen to your friend. You are already on this path. You have already had your cards marked. You've met the Bloom twice, thrice, and marked his card, his large card, and she looks towards you, Arthur. So really, you could do with a little helping hand. Wouldn't it help to have Jenny in your corner rather than against you, I suppose?
By deal with him, what exactly do you mean? Kill him, or...
Well, the Bloom is interesting. If you can't kill the Bloom, yes, please do. But you will have to venture far to find the central point. I'm sure your friend, as she looks towards Andriel again, has explained how the Bloom works. It is a spread. My worry now is the spread is gaining a little bit more momentum. The forest itself has almost been completely taken by the Bloom, and there is nowhere left but the non-forest. So yes, there will be much searching and destroying to do, but we'll see. If I can find out any information that will help you get to the heart of the Bloom, then I will provide what I can and ensure that you can make your way as quickly to the centre as possible.
I thought he was fighting for the forest.
This is the thing with the Bloom. They fight for the forest, to protect the forest, but sometimes the forest must be bent to its will. And also, once you have the forest bent to your will, why not make everything forest? And herein lies the one-dimensional brain of the Deaf Bloom. That's why I no longer, wish to work too closely with him. I'm tied slightly, and I see in your glittering little faces a potential loophole. So, if we can have a deal, I will give you the information that I have and will be backing you up in your corner for sure. And you will inevitably do your best to take out the Bloom. If you do it, then we all go away happy. If you don't, well, maybe you last a little bit longer than you currently would. Everybody wins.
This deal you speak of. So, what extent does this go to on our side with the Bloom?
Well,
Is this
destroy the Bloom. If you
being completely destroyed?
is this
These
not what you
people,
need?
what will happen to these people if we don't completely destroy the Bloom instantly?
If you destroy the Bloom or do not destroy the Bloom, the people are an interesting one. The people are already in danger, whether they be Gnoll or be Dwarf or be Halfling. The rate at which the Bloom is spreading, everybody is slowly going to be taken by it. So our deal really is destroy the Bloom, or we are all in turn destroyed. I myself maybe might get off scot-free. I will be powerful, but I will be stuck with only one Bloom to talk to. I don't really like that. Doesn't sound like much fun for Jenny. So our deal
It'll
is...
only be a matter of time before he takes you as well.
Oh, wow. That is true, but I can play his side as well, you see. I am one for self-perseverance, so I will be staying alive as long as I possibly can, with as much power as I can possibly maintain. Like I say, having me in your corner would be much better than having me in his corner.
And you can't destroy the Bloom because of your deal that you've made with him?
As smart as her mother, yes.
Are you her mother?
Am I her mother?
She is not my mother.
I am not anybody's. I'm not anybody's, and I'm everybody's mother if you want me to be, darling.
Sounds good to me.
So, do we have a deal? Or at least the makings of a deal?
Zaga can shake on it.
We have the makings,
This is good.
but there's more to discuss before any deal is broken.
Of course.
And we need to
there
be able
is.
to decide if it's even possible to do what you want of us to do before we agree to a deal. If it's going to be an impossible mission, then
Like I say,
We need the information first, basically.
the mission itself and the bloom itself is on quite the trajectory. I wouldn't be calling you in if I didn't think there was a need to move. But like I said, we can discuss the deal. If the impossible mission is destroy the bloom or be destroyed, I mean, both outcomes are the same. One of them has a slight glimmer of creating heroes, and we all like to be heroes, don't we? But you are right, Von. You have hit straight on the mark. How could we possibly make a deal when we barely even know each other? Some of us hold some grudges. Some of us, and she points to her, seem to have no grudges and a little bit more forthcoming. But we must get to know each other in a more intimate fashion, not as you're thinking, beardy man. So, how about a cup of tea? Just one by one, you and I, to get to know each other a little bit more before we make any deals. Just some light chat, some understandings. What are your needs? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? What are your fears? What could I possibly help you with? Sound fair?
Fuck it, I'm game.
I knew you would be. The man that jumps straight into any decision he can get his hands on. Yes, everybody happy? You can discuss, but we can start it off one at a one if we like. I mean, your friend Otto
sorry, I
isn't-
stopped paying attention. Yeah, whatever.
Happy's a strong word.
Happy
I know,
is a
it's
strong word,
no.
isn't it? Well, enjoy as much tea as you'd like. I'll be waiting for you through here. Just come one at a time. And she stands
Hey.
up. And then you
Hey,
see the
Taka,
cotton.
some of those mushrooms you want.
Do you like mushrooms?
She stands up. The kettle starts to reboil again. Like there's that fire from the flames. It bubbles up. She goes, I shall see you all one at a time. This will be fun, won't it? And she passes through. Behind her seat, another set of curtains as she disappears outside.
Faywin aggressively wipes away her tears.
Mm-hmm. So, you're all together. You can decide if you want to go in, don't want to go in, or who wants to go in what order.
Zaga wants to concentrate for a minute and cast Detect Magic
Mm-hmm.
in his surroundings. He doesn't believe that the appearance of this building and the surrounding area is normal. He wants to see if there's some kind of strong magical presence around.
Okay. You spend the minute to cast it. As you get towards the minute, you don't see any magic around, but then you cotton onto something. Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, 6.
6. You don't see anything on Detect Magic. As you're looking around now, as it sees here and what you're looking out for, you don't get anything from behind. You know just from the size that there's stuff outside of the curtains and outside of this room, because just the size doesn't matter, but makes sense, sorry. And obviously she's gone back into a room, but in terms of magical things around, you're not picking up anything.
Has she got any books knocking around? Sorry.
Now, as you look around, it is very like curtains all the way around the outside, almost like a bit like psychics inside den, but much bigger. Just curtains all the way around. The curtain that you came through at the end, behind you, in front of you, behind her is the curtain she's gone through, and it's just cushions and lounges and very boudoir-esque.
Oh, is that like scented candles?
There's the smell of scented candles, but you don't see any. It smells like incense, and there's very strong, like perfumey and smells in the air, and like bits of. It's almost as like a slight fog within here. Not only thicken. If you were to go outside and come inside, you then realise how bad it is. It's not like it's impairing your vision, but yeah, that sense of thick smoke and smell in the air, and obviously there's a kettle that's boiling in the centre as well.
What I want to do is I want to try and waft the nice smelling air in Otter's direction.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing that, I'm going to wait for him to look at me. And when he looks at me, which he inevitably will do because Arthur's being weird,
Yep.
he'll. I want to give him a wink. Wink with one eye and then eyebrows up.
I wink back, eyebrows up.
And then I kind of gesture my head towards the hag.
I nod my head.
That's what I wanted to do.
As you are sat around looking for bits, casting stuff, Andrew kind of looks at you all and says, "Be very careful with what you say to Jenny. She is being nice today, but I know hags, and be very wary with your words. They will, as she has already said, look for loopholes and ways to catch you out and to delve into maybe areas that you will not be expecting. So just be aware and be ready for anything."
Will you be going in, Angel?
I believe I have to, if everybody is going in, and I am happy to go in first if you would prefer.
I've got some areas I want to delve into.
She looks at you and is like, "This is very funny, but I would be careful, Lotta. This is not really a woman."
Hey, no judging here.
Okay, he's a lost cause.
Zach is going to stand up and he'll say to the others, "Come and get me when it's my turn," and then he'll head back out towards the entrance to chill outside.
Mm-hmm. As you go through the curtains, as you're like making your way through, you just are endlessly making your way through the curtains. Like, just never ending. As you stop and turn and pull one back, you realise you're just like 1-2 curtains away from the centre. Regardless of however many times you try and pull through, you're in like an endless maze of curtains.
Zaga will try and make his way out for a good 10 minutes before he stops.
So you see Zaga
Every
get
so
up to
often,
go.
every minute and a half or so, he'll open the curtains behind him again. And
You
check,
can. The rest of you
and
can
then turn
hear
around
him.
and push
Yeah,
forward.
yeah. You can hear him like, "What the fuck?" as he's like wiggling through. So the curtains are just raggling as Zaga's trying to make his way out.
I'm just laughing at this.
Just as a side note, I am not going to drink the tea.
Mm-hmm.
I have not drank the tea. I don't want anything that bitch gives me. Out of character, in case you can hear me.
I've finished the tea.
So, Andrea can go first if you want some more time, or who would like to step in and speak?
Oh, no, I'll
to
go in.
Andrea? Yeah. Otter stands up, straightens himself up, and wanders in.
Otter,
As he goes, I give him
don't
the
do
thumbs
anything
up.
stupid.
Me? Do something stupid? Never.
Nice. So you make your way through the curtains, and it's a few. It's a bit similar to when you came in. Like, it feels like it's 3, 4, 5 curtains as you're like, and they're thick as you're pulling them aside to get in. And as you get into what is a much smaller circle, almost a super shrunk down version of the circle, and where you almost walk in and trip straight away, as there's a cushion there and a cushion the opposite side, where the cushions are pretty much touching. Just one very little room, and she's just sat on the, like, kind of head on her hands, legs crossed as you step in. She's like, "Oh, how did I know it'd be you first?"
As I enter the room, I cast prestidigitation to get the soft sound notes of bow chicka wow wow.
It's like, "You don't need to use
Oh,
your
that's it.
magic in here. Come sit down, have a chat with me."
I sit down, so very comfortably, open, relaxed.
Leg up.
Pretty much.
So, you come here often? So, Otter, you've had an interesting little life. Tell me about it. How's it been being this far away from the sea?
It's a bit strange, I'm not gonna lie. Never thought I'd be a landlubber, you know.
Have you had any problems with that?
With being a landlubber? Well,
Yeah. No one's had anything to say about you being so far from the sea?
well, I've had the odd joke thrown my way from these, like, but nothing that, no.
Okay. Interesting. Normally, well, I mean, I know you've made deals before. One you've made a deal with so far from sea normally would have a little more to say about his little toys getting away from him. You seem to...
You seem to know a lot about this person.
do
Thing,
you not?
Whatever it is. I didn't have much choice, really. It's either that or die, and I didn't want to die.
Well, I've just seen you jump straight into a decision like this. Are you sure that was the case, or you just love a bit of excitement?
Who doesn't love excitement?
Very good point. We all love a bit of excitement. She gives a little giggle. Yes, well, I know some things about some things. Lady as myself has been around as long as I have. You pick up a thing or two here or there.
He seems to want something. I'm not quite sure what.
What could he want?
Well, I don't know.
Does that play on your mind?
I see some things and I get a voice in my head. And he's asking for it.
Interesting.
For the reasons I don't know.
So you're a man that's made a deal with an unknown entity. Oh, I can see why you've been so keen to come in and speak to me today. More information than you've ever had about what's going on. And you're happy with your powers?
It doesn't have powers.
Well, you can always have more
I do enjoy
powers.
them. More power's good.
Is that what drives you? More power?
What do you mean? But I want out of life. I want to be there. I want to own the seas, basically. Have my own ship. That kind of thing.
With all that power, though, just... What, a ship? Is that all you want?
That's all I know.
Very honest. Very honest. Okay. Well, you could always let me know if you are unsatisfied with your current provider of powers. There's always other solutions, but
You're saying you're as powerful as this
Oh,
entity?
power is such a difficult thing to judge on a scale. I mean, it depends what you're trying to do with said power. Like now, yes, I have power, but I have my hands tied. The one you deal with has lots of power, but their hands are quite tied.
What? The one that's giving me powers very tired?
Oh,
Was that you?
yes. Very tied. So he only has
And
a
that's
few
why he
toys to
wants
play
these
with.
things?
You are picking up the breadcrumbs. I gave you too little credit here. That was me thinking you were going to come in with your cock swinging out, but here we are.
Oh, I mean, it was. It's just, I'm not that very well endowed.
Oh, I know, don't worry. And you have to think I've seen giants, so... but like your little friend said, it's not always the size that counts, just most of the time. So he's spoke to you, you've had some power, you want a little ship after all this? Well, this is something. So how did you get caught up in this? Do you really want to take on this bloom? Would you not be have more fun just leaving, running, finding your pirate friends, your ghostly pirate friends?
Oh, I have only just found out that they're ghostly.
What do you mean? You didn't put that one together? I mean, you understand that after your deal was made, other things were going to happen to other people, no?
No. It was either make that deal or die in the dark water. I made the only reasonable choice as far as I'm concerned.
And you think this choice was just for you? Or maybe, do you think there was others in the water that may have had this choice? Have you thought
Well,
about
no, to be honest, I've not thought about that.
Interesting.
It hasn't crossed my mind.
No, just, if a ship were to lose its crew, such a ship as yours, the mighty pirate crew that you were, just to be taken out, and next you hear that there's a ghost ship ruling around the seas at the same time that you made a deal with an unknown entity? The coincidences are crazy in this situation, do you not think?
Well, when you put it that way, it kind of makes sense.
Interesting. So, you are happy to kill the bloom? Have any
Well,
feelings?
I mean-
The RNA for the forest, man of the sea.
I mean, if it's either him or me by the sounds of things.
Well, yeah, I mean, fleeing to the sea may be one of the only last left opportunities for the people of this island, but, you know, we never know. You guys may be successful. We may come up with quite the loophole, and everybody can be saved. Yay. But yes, it's quite a ask to go out there to take on something that is bigger than yourself, an unknown entity in such a terrain that you're not used to.
I enjoy a fight.
That I can believe. So, my pirate friend, if you were to go on this merry little adventure and I was to provide you information, what would you be looking for it? What are you looking to get out of this deal? Say we kill the Death Bloom. We work together. The Death Bloom is rid. The country is saved. What next?
Gold can be gotten by other means.
Yes.
Power, not so easily.
Power. Power over people, magic, land, sea.
Magic sea, power, anything.
Okay. I'll tell you what. You agree to go on this little adventure. You sign up to this pact. You convince the rest to take on this deal. And I will... Let's say I'll help with this power. Let's say I'll give you a little test, a little teaser. You want to understand a little more about what's going on with your friend that gives you power, the reason his hands are tied so tightly. Your friend, the elf. Speak to her father.
A father?
Like I say, just the
Interesting.
breadcrumb. You like to taste the breadcrumbs. Follow them along. But if we have a deal, I can help you more along those lines, but I hate seeing such a lost little puppy. And I know your master likes his toys to get on with the job. So, yes, your friend's father. Have a word with him. He can help.
You seem fond of your loopholes.
Oh.
What loopholes do you have for me?
Loopholes are... Oh, I don't have any loopholes for people necessarily. And if they want bargains and deals, sometimes I just like to see a little chaos spun, little wheel worked. And you know, when you've become so powerful, maybe when you've worked your way up the ladder of toys, maybe just remember this with your master.
I mean, you already had me before we came in here.
I know.
As you said, we're going to deal this anyway. We might as well get something out of it, right?
Exactly. And let's be honest, if you've got the chance to go out swinging in glory, rather that than, I don't know, being poisoned to death in the night once a bloom catches up. Ghastly business. It doesn't really deal in fun. Let's have some fun. Let's gain some power. See where this goes.
One last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see your real face?
You will see my real face. Shall we agree to this? And it will be exactly what you would like to see. But let's save it till a deal is done.
Okay. I'm happy with that. Like I say, I was going to do it anyway.
That's what I want to see. But don't forget, follow the breadcrumbs, my pirate friend, and power will be waiting for you. And if you ever get close enough to your master, remember who set you on the path.
Do you have any previous with my master? Or do you just know of him?
Let's say we move in slightly different circles, but I know of him. I know of lots of the the puppet masters. They all are interesting in different ways. Something I'm not adverse to getting my hands in, maybe, depending on where we go from here. But I much prefer to spin the tops and let them make their own chaos than try and puppet them myself. Way more fun to watch how you get on your own accord and just, the odd little flick here or there.
Okay. Can I have some more tea?
You can have all the tea you want, darling.
Thank you. Who is it you'd like to see next?
Send in whoever is brave enough. The rest of them seem to be a little less keen than you are.
Yeah, some of them are a bit frightened of their own shadow.
Well, I've seen them in action. It takes a little warming up. And you can tell them, I'm not so scary after all.
Absolutely. Well, I got up and leave.
Mm-hmm. Rest of you, anyone want to do anything whilst you're in there waiting? Or we can just have Otter come back?
Zag is still trying to make his way through curtains.
Getting quite tired. Quite thick.
Getting quite annoyed.
Cool. Otter,
I
you
was
return
just
back.
breathing in all the incense.
Mm-hmm.
Feels a bit sleepy.
Starting to get in there now, into your nostrils. Strong smell. And again, for not seeing any fires or any sticks burning anywhere, it seems to be like a consistent smell coming through. It's not died off as if it's burnt out. It just seems to hum and hold in the air. Otta, good to see you're back. Went well, I assume?
Yes, very well.
Okay. Who would like to...
I have no doubt there's some loophole in there, but as she said, we were going to do this anyway, right?
Sometimes it will... Yeah. I suppose it is better the devil you know than the devil you don't, or... is that the right saying? Or... you understand.
Yes.
We have to make the plays that are in front of us. Who would like to go next?
Not me.
Andrea will stand up and she'll follow in. After seeing Otter go in and come out, she'll go in. Come out, she probably spends, again, about the same amount of time, 5-10 minutes in there, and then comes out, and kind of as she comes out, straight into her robes, and she's like, okay, who would like to go?
Did you make a deal, Andrea?
We discussed many things about the bloom and the information on the bloom, and she was very helpful with my research. So hopefully no deal was made, but like I said, I was very careful with my words and my knowledge.
Okay. Are you okay though?
Yes. She was.
Okay.
She was very pleasant, but I expected nonetheless. She was
She
here.
killed
I'm
my
fine
friend.
too, by the way.
Pardon?
I'm fine too, by the way.
Oh. We all know how you felt about her before we came in.
Yeah,
You're forgetting she killed my friend.
You also
Apparently
came back
not. Apparently that was a death bloom.
You also came back with a big smile on your face.
Uh-huh.
You got there in the end.
At this point, Zaga will swear loudly and come back into the room.
Did you have a nice time outside?
You know I didn't fucking get outside! How many curtains are there?
What were you
Yes,
doing?
She is.
Trying to get outside!
It was like a cat with a ball of string.
Dagger, Otter, and Andrea have both been in.
If it looks like no one else is getting up, then Zaga will just walk towards Jenny's room.
Cool. So yeah, if no one else is...
I shout to him, "Watch out for curtains!"
Fucking curtains!
As you, again,
And
through
I'm grumbling all the way into the room.
I would say you get through this like wake because of you've just been like going through multiple curtains. This one is like 2, 3, 4, and you almost like trip onto the pillow. She's there. She's like, "Oh, wasn't expecting to see you so soon." Zaga.
Well, I couldn't get outside, could I?
Oh yes, sorry about that. I didn't want you all leaving until we had made a final decision. I'm sure that's okay, is it not? Take a seat.
Well, I wanted some fresh air. It's all smoky in there.
Yes, I know. Well, how about we just quite a little fresh in here? And you can see that she like casts a cantrip, and you get like the feeling of fresh, like fresh valley wind kind of just brushing round clears out the smell of incense, and that smell leaves this room. Is that a little better for you?
What do you
Come
want?
on, sit down. Come and have a chat with Jenny.
Zaka sits down.
So,
You haven't got a shit bucket in here, have you?
God. Oh no, I don't poop.
You don't. Oh,
Especially not in a bucket. No.
Zaga's looking at her weird because she said she didn't poop.
Ladies don't poop, you know that, Zaga. You've been in the world long enough, haven't you? What is it now? 3 weeks you've been off your little island? 2 weeks?
Hey, I miss my island. My island was better than this place. Plus, there's no forest.
True. I mean, it's very cold on Draka, though. You're not liking the slightly warmer temperatures, no?
Well, now I can make my own heat.
Well, I have seen you've pick up those powers, stepping your way towards your little goals. What is it you're looking for, Zaka? Want to go home to Draka? Want to go and sit on the little ice island? Pretend to be dragonborn but never quite make it? What is it? What's in there? What's in the stars for our little kobold?
Hey, I am a dragon, and I'm the most famous one you know.
Ah, well, wouldn't that be strange if that were true? You don't think I know more famous dragon or dragonborn?
What more famous dragons do you know?
Can't give away all my secrets. You know I know more. What do you know of your dragons anyway?
I know there hasn't been one for a long time.
That's true. Do you know the ins and outs? Do you know the problems? I mean, I can see in you the hatred of dwarfs. I'm sure you've been brought up with the stories that your people tell.
Fuck dwarves.
Fuck dwarves indeed. They are quite annoying little bastards. Very
Beardy,
stubborn.
hairy things. It's unnatural.
Yes. It is a little unnatural now you say it, actually. They're so stout, so wide. And
Where does all the hair come from?
Honestly, one of the great mysteries. There's many things I know, but where dwarfs' hairs come from, that'll live on the list for a while. So yes, apart from hating dwarfs, what do you want? You've been here for a while, enjoying the adventuring lifestyle, are we?
Well, you know, if it pays well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been paying.
Although I haven't been paid in a while.
True, but you've been paid more probably now in these weeks than you would ever would have had on Draka. What, singing your songs in your little camps? This has got to be much better, hasn't it?
Well, you know, it's fun. You know, I killed a giant tree. I killed an ogre. I killed a vampire.
A vampire?
Yeah, you know,
We haven't had a
vampires.
vampire in the land for quite a while. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like I say, your resume speaks for itself. That's why I wonder, what are you in it for? You say gold? Is it just gold? Surely that's sparked something, isn't it? The little man defeating the
Well,
big
you know,
beasts.
I have my own reasons for hanging around here, but while I'm here, I might as well get paid.
Oh, so just the money then. I mean, that's very dragon of you.
We do like our treasure.
You do. How about your means for accessing it? Taking
What do
it
you
by
mean?
force? Well, I mean, you know, the two sides of the coin of the dragons. The Draka dragons, the good, the evil, the silver, the white. What are you, a bard of the people? Or a dragon of chaos? Of people. So you earn your money through good deeds. You're here to do good in the world and earn a good buck from it. I mean, there's nothing bad about being paid for a good day's work.
I don't really concern myself with ethics.
See, that's kind of a little against what you just said there. So you're a kobold of the people, but you don't concern yourself with an ethics. So you'd
Well, I
take
like
the gold if it was there?
painting the people, but, you know, I do what I feel like in the moment.
Okay. Interesting. Still trying to work out which side the coin lands on then. Well,
Yeah, it's all just a coin flip.
it is and it isn't, but I have seen many a dragonborn, and a kobold come down on different sides as they mature, as they go through their little journeys of life. So I always like to get in early, see the process for myself.
Well, enough about me. Why don't you tell me what kind of deal it is you made with my friend the Death Bloom?
Oh, like I say, a lady doesn't disclose her deals, can't kiss and tell. Let's just say, though, it involved me getting quite a bit more powerful, and, as you may have noticed, a lot more fucking sexy.
Yeah, I don't really believe it. I saw that flashback there.
Well, you know, everything's smoke and mirrors in this game. You know that.
I touch my hat and then use it to turn myself into a halfling.
Exactly. She will then like wave her hand and dispel the disguise on you.
Hey, what you doing?
Let's have a chat just as we are. We both know about smoke and mirrors. So yes, my deal involves, you know, what every hag wants. A little bit more power, a little bit more, and maybe I bit off a little bit more than I could chew with this one. And now we're looking for the loopholes. Very simple situation, no?
Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point in power if it's only you and a Death Bloom left in the world?
Exactly. You understand fully. So I look for my loopholes. I find my...
So it seems like a big problem for you that you need us for.
I see where your little mind's going with this, and I have a feeling it's not going to land the way you'd like. That coin's still flipping.
Hey, I'm just calling it how I see it.
So what do you want? Just some gold? Is that all it takes to buy a kobold these days? How much gold are we talking?
Well, there's not much that can go wrong with getting paid, is there?
Well, there's a lot that can go wrong with being paid, but name your price. What's the gold you'd like? If that is as simple as it is.
What's the job?
I've told you the job. I give you the intel, you destroy the Death Bloom.
Well, yeah, but that's only half of the picture, isn't it? You haven't described what it's going to take to destroy the Death Bloom.
Oh, sorry. You want me to draw you out a step-by-step plan? Come on, you're smarter than that.
Well, you know, I
come
can
up with
only
some
give you a
plans.
quote for a price if you tell me how much work's involved.
Well, I mean, this is part of the estimation. You're going to have to come up with something. If the gold is indeed what you want, then name your price.
Zaga's trying to think of the biggest number he can think of. It's not that big. 12 million!
12 million gold? That's a very big... What are you going to do with 12 million gold, Zaga?
Sit on it like a dragon.
I did think you were going to say that. That coin flipping one way or the other. So you would like 12 million gold and just to sit on like a dragon?
I mean, I can spend it as well, obviously, but when I'm not spending it, I'll sit on it like a dragon.
It's not a very good dragon. A dragon doesn't spend its hoard. It hoards its hoard. It's proud of its gold. Do you not want to be a proud little dragon sat on your little gold pile?
What's the point in having loads of gold if you don't spend it?
Well, this is what I tried to explain to before. Are you a silver or are you a white?
Zaga looks confused. I'm blue.
I can understand. Maybe you need some time to think about it. But if gold is what you would like, then, like I say, we can make a deal on gold, Zaga. It's well within my powers to give you some gold.
Like, it seems like you know a lot about us as a group, which is weird because we don't know much about you.
Isn't that strange?
So why don't you tell me exactly what you want from me, and why don't you make me an offer?
I see what you've done here. So you try to flip this on me because you are not sure what you want. Well, I've been quite clear. I have lots of power that I would quite like to keep hold of. The problem is, my hands are tied a little, as the power is maybe a little bit linked to our mutual friend, the Bloom. So...
Does that power go away if we kill the Death Bloom?
I hope not. Some of it I've managed to, let's say, scurry away, put in my little hoard. So I have ways of trying to maintain as much power as I can from this. But like I say, what fun is it being in a world where there's just me and the Death Bloom? Who am I going to play with?
Who are you gonna play with if we do this for you?
Well, the world's my oyster, isn't it?
Well, the forest, maybe.
The forest.
And the people in the towns nearby. I saw what you did to those people and turned them into dogs. I don't really
Yes.
care about changing them back. That's bonboning them. I would have left them to fucking be dogs.
I mean, to be fair, a gnoll has a wonderful life. Pack animals, they are. They look after each other. Very family orientated. Although the border families are quite family orientated, I suppose. But yes, you're right. It's not a terrible existence. I suppose the problem is they're going to have to move on anyway, aren't they? Soon enough, as our friend the old Bloom comes through. But again, we're
That
getting
sounds like a them
off-piste.
problem.
It does indeed sound like a them problem, and we're here to talk about our little problem and what you would like to do for it. If you're happy to go along with the deal, Zaka, then we can decide on terms whenever you'd like. But I just, thought you were a kobold of principle, one that likes a deal. Gold on the table. If that's what you want, then let's put gold on the table.
I'm not convinced.
Hmm.
Ultimately, I plan to go home, back to my little island, where there's no forest. So you
That's
see, I
wonderful.
don't really see this as my problem.
So you are reneging on the deal. You don't want to be part of the deal?
Well, I'm saying convince me.
I don't really understand how you are going to die one way or the other way. You have a chance of maybe not dying if I help you to kill the bloom.
How do I die? The forest can't cross the sea. It was hard enough for me to cross the sea, and I'm smaller.
Yes. A little more problematic. I thought the pirate would be the problem, but seems the greedy kobold is not as intelligent as he once appeared. She kind of sits back and kind of stares at you for a bit. We have a problem. A mutual problem, Zaga. We can make a deal. You put a price on the table. You join your friends, your party, whatever this group is, and you walk away happy. You don't, and, you're going to struggle.
Is that a threat?
It can be whatever it needs to be, my friend. There are many ways to skin a kobold.
Yeah, there are many ways to kill a death bloom, but apparently you can't do it.
Like I say, better to have one in one's corner rather than in the opposite corner against us.
Well, that's if you believe that there's only two sides.
Very true. Two sides to all the coins. So, what do you need, Zaga?
What do I need? I haven't really thought about it.
You are quite lost. Maybe direction is what you need.
Well, I know the way back out of the forest.
Maybe you need to lose something to understand the value of something. Would that help you with maybe gaining some purpose?
I have plenty of purpose.
Are you sure? You sound awful confused. Backwards and forwards, wanting gold, not wanting gold. Wanting to help people but having no ethics. Wanting to rid people of certain problems but also run back to your little island on Draka. But you left Draka in the first place. Why would you want to run back to Draka? Everything's one side of the coin or the other with you. It's very black and white. Very...
Well, I left for a reason, and once that reason's resolved, I'm gonna go home.
Back to little old Draka after you've been out here slaying all these beasts.
Well, there's no vampires on Dracker, I know that much.
Are there not?
Well, I've never seen a squid face on that fucking island, I tell ya.
So close to the sea, though. All squids could be there.
That's Ada's place.
The world is a dangerous place, my kobold friend, and the world is changing rapidly. You have a chance to be on the front end. It is up to you. Like I say, we can make a deal. You can ask me for whatever it is, be it gold, be it something else, be it, dare I say, even a favor in the future. Or you can not. You can go without
Well,
my help.
here's the thing, you see. I just don't trust you.
Wow. That is quite the impasse. Well, maybe if you don't trust, then you're going to have to get on with this anyway, are you not? What are you going to do? Go run home now?
I don't think anyone's going further into the forest right now.
You're right, but the forest isn't staying further in. The forest is coming out.
Well, you know, I'll do what I feel like at the time, like I always do.
Yes. The little lost kobold. Well, Zaga, maybe you need a little more time to think about this. Like I say, your friends here are very adamant. Some of them are very driven. Like those personality traits. You can really get your teeth into something. But little lost kobold, if he doesn't want gold and doesn't want anything else, what does he want? Can I help you? Can I lead you on the right journey? Or are you going to run home to your little island?
Zaga stands up at this point and says, I'll tell you what I would like. Some fresh air. If you can deal with those curtains back there, I'll send the next person in.
Like I say, we'll open the curtains once you've all had a little chat.
So I've got to sit in that fucking smoky room then. And Zaga turns around and looks to head out.
Nice. Zaga, you again, time passes as you're waiting. Probably to the relief of a lot that there's no smoke or fire or anything that comes out of the room as Zaga appears.
Who's next? We don't all answer at once, for fuck's sake.
I mean, I'll go in again.
I don't think it works like that. Wait. Oh, you could put his hat on, your hat on him, and then oh no, it's going to take him a while for him to learn how to use it.
It will
Faywin-
take about an hour.
Faywin stands up and isn't happy that she's having to stand up.
You could wheel the chair in. Oh, I'm noticing this.
It's a
Faywin's hands are
cushion.
sweating.
Let the negotiations begin.
And Andrea turns to you and says, don't worry, just have a conversation. If you have nothing to give, nothing to take, then just indulge her and she will be pleasant enough.
As
and
Faywin
then-
goes in, Zaga will look to have a nap on the seat.
On my seat.
Well, on the seat he's going to sit back down in. It doesn't have to be your seat.
I don't want you on my seat having a nap.
Takes cushion with her.
John sits in my seat.
Zaga sits down in the seat he originally sat in.
Thank you for the clarification.
We needed that for the visuals. For the visuals, it was required. Nice.
Oh.
Faywin's entering.
Faywin walks in.
Faywin walks in as you daintily kind of feed your way through the curtains. And again, you find a very small, round, like shrunk down version with two little seats. And sat on the one of the cushions facing you as you come in is Jenny. Faywin. Well. Come
Jenny?
sit down. I'm not here to bite.
I sit down.
So, how are we, my little child of Fae?
Fine, thank you.
And how are we feeling about the Death Bloom? Still a little bit sore? You understand, I didn't select your friend. It was the Bloom. He wanted to take whoever he could and gain his power. I merely...
But you heard her scream, and you took her
Yes.
form, and you tried to hurt us. I'm sure, Jenny, you're a very smart woman. You can understand how that makes me feel towards you.
I am. But you must understand, that was a different time. I barely knew you. I didn't know what you were all capable of. I certainly didn't know where you came from. But we can let that sit. That was many weeks ago now. Like I say, well, I'm a different person. You're a different person. We can put that behind us. The Bloom is the big problem. He's the big baddie. So, Are you happy to come on board? Work with little old me?
I'm happy to support my friends, to do what needs to be done to help keep them safe.
Well, you know that embarking on this will be protecting more than just your friends.
Of course, and
The bloom.
I want to be able to do good for as long as I can and in the best ways that I can.
Very honourable. Jumping in front, sacrificing oneself for the greater good. Reminds me of someone.
And who does that remind you of?
Oh, let's not spoil all the fun. We're just getting started. So, you have no greater ambition, goals? What does Faerun want from this? What does the end goal look? A little girl that's gone out on a jaunt around, following in her brother's footsteps.
My brother?
Of course, he left, did he not?
Yes. How do you know about my brother?
Oh, Faerun, come on. You know I know things. Let's not play dumb. So, what does it look like? Your little adventure, heading into the big city? Or the small city, I suppose, coming from Allworth. Going into the forest, fighting beasts. It's a lot for you, is it not? Very coddled, weren't you?
I wouldn't say so. I had a lot of training back home, and I
Yes.
wanted to get out there and see more than just Allworth. I wanted to be able to learn and have an adventure and meet new people and spread the not the good word of Allworth. That's not quite what I'm trying
A
to
little
say,
adventure. But
yeah.
then you saw what happened to your friend, poor Meadow. Didn't put you off? Didn't want to go back to the safety, the little cocoon, the bubble of Allworth?
No, because otherwise her death would be in vain.
Interesting. So that's it. You are here for the glory of the cause. Nothing
Not
in
the
it for
glory. I'm not looking for the glory for myself. I like to learn. I like to know as much as I can about anything I can read up on or experience, and I just feel that enhances one's life and one's purpose.
How much research have you done about, I don't know, things a little closer to home? Yourself?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you like to research.
Yes.
The forest, the beasts, the animals, but, I mean, how far is your research? Has it always been at arm's length? Never wondered?
Wondered about?
Well, why a little bookworm like yourself had such a little spark for adventure? Why your brother had such a little spark for adventure?
I didn't need to research my brother. I knew him.
No, I know, and it's a sad situation. You both have left your little family coop, but never understood. Such a little bookworm, just deciding to leave, to go out to see what was going on. Never thought why that was such a contrast from who you are.
I've always been brave. I've always wanted to learn, but experience. You seem to know a lot about me, so you'll know that I trained with the elves, and I knew the wood elves, and you obviously met one of them.
Oh, yes, Meadow.
Yes, Meadow.
Yes. Well, met's a strong word.
You must have known her enough to take her form.
Yes. I mean, yes. Although it doesn't take much to take one's form. I mean, you've seen that. Your little friend has a hat that does this. But yes, I understand where you're coming from. Interesting. Have you ever thought about exploring more? Your tree, where you come from, the way that you, I suppose, your family came to the power they have, and I'm saying too much.
I'm not sure you're saying enough, Jenny. I feel like you're almost making things up.
Making
Of course I
things
know
up.
my family. And I'm not sure that you do. Have you met them?
Have I met your family? What a potent question. Well, little Faywin, let's say there's a few people that are, I don't know. I suppose I've had a bit of negotiation skills. Have I come across before? Had little bargains, little conversations. You know, I have a dalliance to travel through the Fae. You know of the Fae, right? Well, it's in your name. You understand the Fae realm? You have researched this somewhat?
A little.
Never piqued your interest a little more?
I suppose, but there's always just so much to learn. I've not really delved into it too much more than on a surface level.
Or maybe it's nothing then, you know. Mummies always have secrets.
Mummies?
Yes. Oh, mummies. Mummies keep secrets, don't they?
If you're implying my mother has kept secrets from me, I'm not sure how you would know that.
Would never imply that me and your mother have made secrets about anybody. Like you say, I just make things up, hey? How would I possibly know such things? But less about Mummy, more about you then. So a noble cause. Going out and saving people because you have your new little friends. Saving the world. There's nothing you want for yourself? There's not a little part of you that wants something a little special?
No.
Not at all. So you're willing to sign up for this pact to save the world just because your friends need help?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, like I said, mummies have secrets, but if that's all you want, then I see no need to make any more bargains or push you any further. You're willing to agree and go on this cause for the cause's sake. It was great for me. Someone so keen on protecting the rest of them, and they do need looking after. There's a couple here that are, yes, on some strange paths.
I want to know more about my brother.
Oh, so there
Because you
is-
seem to have known that he went missing, that he went out.
He has the adventure spark like you do.
And what more do you know of him?
Well, what would you like to know?
Where he ended up? Where he is? Do you know that?
I do not deal in necessary... I'm not a location system. I can pick up on what people are doing, where they're going. Your brother has made some decisions, some interesting decisions, but all in the art of the cause. Just maybe a different cause than the one you've picked.
And do you know what cause that is? Because I feel like my brother wouldn't do anything detrimental to Allhath or our family or those around him. He was always very caring, and you seem to know a lot about me, so you know that he protected me the entire time of our childhood. And
He is a protector, and I suppose you have to find a cause that fits that. He has found his cause.
And his cause is?
His cause is his. It is not the same cause that you're on here, but he is one. He believes that he is protecting, that he is looking after people, in a way.
And does that have anything to do with what you said about my mother?
Oh, look at you picking up on things. I thought you were just here for the cause. I thought we were done
I
here.
am. I just, you know that I like to know things. I seek out knowledge, and I just...
Well, it took a while for it to get it out of you, didn't it? I thought this would be an easy one, so you spin in the little wells. You like a puzzle as well, though, right?
Yes, of course.
That's good. So, no, we'll say your mother is... Your mother gave you both a spark. shall we say, for your adventure in your cause. But your brother's cause is different. It's nothing to do with your mother per se, the same way that the cause you're on today is nothing. Your mother was the one to push the boat out into the lake, but where to run from there was on your direction. She did the same for your brother. And that is, I believe, where the line grows. But to watch two people from similar backgrounds take two different causes is interesting to me. Fun to watch it play out, especially a family I'm so acquainted with. He has... He has been part of a cause that you have been close to, with a person that you have been close to. But their cause is a little light now. It's taken a few hits. But the belief in the cause is still strong.
And you can't give me more than that? Even if I were to help with this deal?
You've already agreed to help with the deal, Faywin. I know you. You're not going to let the rest of these merry wallies go out to fight the Deathbloom without you being there. Isn't it more fun that we have this little puzzle to work out? You are a smart one. I'm sure you'll find it.
The cause is a lot lighter. Interesting.
Yeah.
And Jenny, may I ask, you say that we're the loophole to your deal with
yes.
Deathbloom. Less about me, more about the situation. You say that we're the loophole. With our glistening little faces, I quote.
Mm-hmm.
How is that so? What is it about us as a group, as a party, that make us the loophole? Why wouldn't you get in touch with other fighters? You obviously watch a lot of people in your spare time. So what is it about us in particular? Is it about us in particular?
You have... That's a very, very interesting question. You are the only ones I've seen thus far that have survived, that have delved this deep, that have not run away or unfortunately perished at the hands of my friend the Bloom. So, in some way, yes, it's because of you, but not because I've been watching you especially, just because you have certain skills. You've proved yourself. You are indeed still standing after an encounter. That is, unfortunately, enough for me. Slim pickings, you might say.
Okay. And if we are successful in this mission, this is my last question. Will you give me the information that you have on my family?
Oh, I could.
From your point of view.
Oh. I tell you what. Why don't you find out what you can, and maybe I'll tell you if it's true or not.
And if I solve the puzzle?
Well, if you solve the puzzle, isn't that what you're looking for? More knowledge.
And you'll tell me if I got it right?
Oh, if that's what you want, yes. You'll know if you've got it right, though. It will just make sense.
Okay.
Trust yourself, Faywin. You are...
I trust myself. That's not the problem.
Well, there we go. So use your skills. Protect your party.
Okay.
So, for the cause.
And for knowledge.
And for always for knowledge, Faywin. Always for knowledge.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Faywin. And if you do bump into her, say hi to Mummy for me.
I get up and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I think, bitch.
I heard that. Nice. Do we want to... Are you... I'm assuming because you've got one-on-one time, you've individually peeing if you need it, or do we want to take a pee break?
Faywin goes out and looks for a place to pee in the tent.
Okay.
Oh, it's already gone twice.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice.
indeed.
I assumed as you weren't talking that you could all individually take your piece. I don't need one yet, so I'm good. Arthur and Von. Faywin returns as you all sat around.
Art was looking suspiciously at everyone kind of coming out out to talk.
Yeah, if you want to have chats between before you go, then feel free. Or
Oh no,
Some of
he's
it's
not
okay.
going to talk.
he's not
to
going to
them
actually.
about- no, he's not going to communicate.
He's
That's
just
not
going to
our
internalize
style.
his doubt.
Yeah.
Arthur, do you
Oh,
want to
you're
go
up,
next,
Von.
or do you want me to go? Okay, I will go.
You didn't need much persuading there, did you? Jeez. Someone's keen. Natural blondes at it once again.
Going in?
Probably got a noticeably bigger black streak across my hair now. Not so natural blonde.
Art
anymore.
doesn't notice it.
He's got no perception whatsoever.
He's
Nice.
got passive perception, he's just shy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for the other things, not the details.
He
nice.
notices it, he just doesn't care to mention it because it's not fun.
It's me. Von, you make your way through the curtains again, finding, as everyone has found before, much smaller, closer circle with 2 cushions. Jenny sat slightly more relaxed as you make your way in. Ah, here he is. Take a seat.
Yeah, sit down.
So, interesting. I thought you might be one of the first in. I know they put their problems on you, don't they, Vaughn? Must be difficult to deal with, no? There's a lot of pressure going on. Decisions are made, things are hidden. How's everything going with you?
Well, someone has to make these decisions, and if they put their trust in me to make these decisions, then, you know, it's for the good of the group.
Quite the burden. Like taking on burdens, don't you? Holding on to some risk. You see her eyes kind of flick down towards your arm.
I kind of like clench my fist a little bit to kind of. What do you know of these burdens?
Oh, I just know burdens, horrible little things, can creep up on people, add stress to situations, force you to make decisions that maybe you didn't want to necessarily make, or, you know, split. Then you have to talk yourself around on them, explain why they're okay. It's just a lot of people will get themselves caught up with burdens and land in my lap, prime for a little discussion. I'd just like to hear about them. So, you've been active. You've been looking into our friend the Bloom. You happy with the deal? Happy to go out and take this responsibility on? Another burden.
At the end of the day, this bloom must be stopped. I mean, I guess you know how far into the forest it is
It's spreading rapidly.
developed, and I know you're not stupid. You know a lot about me. You know where I'm from. So of course I have personal ties to this as well.
The elves have been quite scared of what's been going on. I believe they've shut themselves up in their little homes, hiding from it as if it's going to help, but, you know, elves.
What
It is-
about elves?
Well, you have strange little functions. I mean, I come into your kind more than others, being primarily a forest dweller. You have your agreements, your ways of working with the different beasts. I've had many a meeting with the elves of Eden, brushed past many a time, but never have I seen them lock up, pull everyone back in, defences up.
It's concerned me when they first told us of this. You know, left a lot of the forest folk just to fend for themselves.
I mean, that's fine, no? You like where you're from, right? But you've seen the weird ways. You were palmed off, pushed out, were you not? Sent off to be a druid when that wasn't necessarily your call, but look how you've ended up.
You know, sometimes these mistakes, these bad events lead to good results, I guess.
They do.
But
And some things are down to fate. Things happening. Things that may have happened at one time that were pushed down the line. Well, it's a crazy place. So, let's talk about the bloom then. You understand, I'm sure, what is at stake. The bloom is spreading at quite the rate. You understand more than any the effect it can have. You're all in, I assume, on the cause.
I'm all in on ending the bloom. But I do need the assurances from your side on the other innocent people that have been caught up in this for, well, no apparent reason.
Oh, I mean, that's the problem with things like this. There never really is a rhyme or reason, is there? It's just wrong place, wrong time. And you understand that a little, I'm sure.
More than most.
And of course, the people of the Glimmering Hollow can be released from the curse. I'm not so worried about that. I'm more worried that regardless of they be Knoll or anything else, that their home is not safe. You understand this, right? The bloom is not slowing down. It is incredibly powerful and gaining more power. I feel this as I myself gain more power. It's going to trample through for a lot further than the outskirts of the forest. Those that think they are safe in towns and cities won't be safe for long.
I know, but at least they have more of a way to defend themselves if they are, people. They have.
And like I say, we will give them all the chance they could ever dream of. And the curse, like I say, that's the first thing on my little list. Release this little curse, and we get an agreement. That's my first part of the bargain. As long as you guys agree, they will be free from the curse, not free from the bloom.
No, of course. Thistle as well. What?
Oh, Thistle.
What
He's a
exactly
silly
happens there?
Well, he...
I travelled with him into the forest once, and
he's an inquisitive little bastard.
he is.
But
he's harmful. He's very harmless.
Harmful?
Not harmful.
Harmless. He is.
He's
And he will
completely
be... I shall keep him as a moth forever. He made a deal with me, and it was a silly worded deal. He's greedy for knowledge. He will be released and be fine. In fact, I think he almost likes being moth a little bit too much. He came here. He was mumbling and grumbling. He was chasing up problems that he had made with magical beings or magical beings, and was also, I believe, trying to hunt down... Oh, yes. Your friend, the mushroom halfling, the halfling that made the deal with the myconids. Yes, he was trying to follow his footsteps, I believe, or hunt him and find him in the woods to see. I don't really know if this didn't make much sense, but I agreed to help him out, to give him information and knowledge he needs, and find him some of the components he required. And he just gave me a little bit more than I was bargaining for, to be honest. I was a little bit bold and wanted to use some of my powers. He's quite powerful now, though. He's more powerful than he was as a bumbling fool.
I mean, that may well be the case, but I'm sure he would love to be back to that bumbling fool in some form, at least.
Thistle's deal is a deal between Thistle and I. We can talk about incorporating others in this, but it could tend to get messy. Let's just say I'm not treating him unfairly whilst he's here, and his deal will be up. And at that point, I can release him. I can't protect him once I release him, that's for sure, but I can release him once his deal is up. If you are so passionate about it, though, we can talk about upping the stakes to include other souls.
I feel... what would upping the stakes involve from our part?
That's the little bean. Well, depends. What else could you offer me? What else do I want from you? I am asking you to go on this, but I'm providing you information and releasing people from a curse. If you were to, I suppose, bargain for one soul, I'd be looking at something a little more personal from you, maybe, Von. You know, an eye for an eye, soul for a soul, curse for a curse. Another burden for the man that loves a burden.
I think for now I have enough burdens on my shoulders.
That you do. And of course we're about to sign up a brand new one. Although I suppose the Death Bloom you'd already kind of taken on your shoulders. I can provide you some information, all that I have, areas of locations to explore that I believe will provide some interest. But yes, the bloom itself is going to be difficult for everybody. This is not an easy fight. I believe what you've seen here is the bloom at the extremities of its power. The further you get in towards the bloom itself, the stronger the power is, the stronger the change is.
Yes. Exactly what I was worrying about.
This is just the tip. The iceberg goes deep below. But that's the Death Bloom. You're already sold on the Death Bloom. I can see it in your eyes. You're already here to make that deal. You were more worried about soul. You were the elves. All about the cause. Such an interesting race. Let's talk more about you, Von. More of these burdens. What's in your mind? What do you want to know?
Don't know, this
Conflicting.
Yes, I
paths.
mean, I want to dig deeper, but at the same time, I know it's not good for me to dig deeper.
But how true are you on your path to the forced path of the druid? Is this really who you are, or is this new path more interesting to you? Want to explore it more? You came a little bit too close to the sun with that one. Of course, these are just questions. I just want to understand a little bit more about who I'm making deals with. What drives you? What's the end goal for Von Van?
Some end goal for me is some form of redemption for what happened previously.
Redemption. Oh, what a beautiful driving force. But you understand that you must look at things from different sides. One man's hero is another man's villain.
Of course.
If that is what you want, I cannot dissuade you from, but the path in which, so what is it? Picking the path that gives you the greatest access to these things? Your best chance?
I don't know. conflicted between these two paths. These new powers are certainly intriguing, and
dangerous.
I'm worried. Yes, I'm. Don't know.
I feel a burden brewing. Just know these powers are dangerous. We are talking about one big issue that is absorbing the forest, absorbing the country, the bloom itself. But what you are dealing with is something vastly different. Not unequal in danger, depending on paths that are taken, depending on how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Do you know more of the creature we slayed?
Oh, what, the vampire?
So Saga mentioned vampire.
Yes. He's a confused little boy, isn't he? Yeah.
One way to put it, yes.
There are many planes of existence, and power that flows between these planes is interesting and difficult to understand. We don't all move in the same circles. Interesting. Another question. Another conversation about power circles of different beasts, different person, don't worry. But the creatures that you are dealing with are something that are quite fresh to the surface for young Ashling. But they are not necessarily new themselves. They are misunderstood, not really understood, well hidden. Like I say, there's a danger that lies there, and the creature that you are harbouring across the land is going to maybe bring you answers, but can also bring trouble. I mean, you love a burden, but this is a path that will bring eyes. You gotta ask yourself the question, right? How does a creature like this set up shop, seemingly in the middle of a small thieves' town, recruit and start getting it underway and disrupting, but nobody's ever seen or heard of it before? Strange.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Redvant is not the only base these have infiltrated.
Like I say, scratch the surface. Sometimes you have to dig a little deeper, see what lies beneath. But that's, like I say, another burden for another time. You're all about redemption, correct? Not power, not taking dangerous decisions, just redemption. Would be interesting to see how this redemption, or what this is redemption from, or who indeed you need redemption against. There's a lot to learn, isn't there? Very complex world we live in.
It is.
So, I don't feel like a bargain is required for yourselves. You are bought into the cause. You have information that you want to gather, but you are conflicted, and you've already made such delicious decisions without any of my help. But tell me, Vaughn, is there anything you need? Anything you want from me?
I've already stated what I want. I want the people of the Glimmering Hollow free of what they've become.
That is already part of the bargain, so that is fine. Well,
Tell me, Jenny, what's your plan if we rid the world of this bloom?
I don't like to think too far ahead. No fun in making too many plans. You know what they say. Planning kills creativity. It's a horrible thing. But, we survive. We work together. We rid the death bloom. Well, let's see what happens after that. A lot of chaos. And I love chaos. And what comes after chaos is opportunity. So, let's see. Let's see how much the world breaks before we save it. And then let's see what I can profit from there. Maybe have simple pleasures.
One more thing. What? I am assuming that you met the other druid that was travelling between the forest and the Glimmering Hollow.
Yes, I know of the druid.
Do you know what happened to him? Is he one of the people that have become gnolls in the village, or was he
had a fate much worse than those, I believe. Had a direct interaction with the bloom. And like I said, you are the only people that I've met that have survived such interactions.
Okay. Well, I think there's nothing else that I want from my side. So
Your areas of the deal, like I say, your areas of the deal have been calculated. They have been included already, Von. You are a man on a redemption cause, one that is ready to fight already. So I'm happy to end up my end of the bargain and interested to see what decisions you make, what further burdens may come your way. Keep it interesting for me.
I get up and make my way out.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay, Von? As he returns.
Yes, I'm fine. Arthur, you're up.
Fine. And I kind of get up and make my way towards the hag.
Nice. So yeah, you throw your way through the curtains, and are greeted again with a small circle chamber, 2 pillows, as Jenny is sat waiting for you. She's like, the last one.
Yeah.
Scared to come and see me, or just nonplussed? And she starts picking stuff out of her fingernails.
You're just a bit... Huh. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
You... When we fight this thing, you're going to come in and you're going to save the day, right?
I can do a lot to help.
You're
Saving the day is, well, I wouldn't like to step on any of your toes, but I can provide some help. We don't know what really is going to face us as part of the enjoyment, right? Part of the excitement. How do you feel about the bloom, Arthur?
Don't really have an opinion. Am I supposed to? I mean,
No, not
fighting
necessarily.
things, lots and lots, is a bit of a.
Enjoy the fighting?
I
Tough, isn't
don't dislike it, but it's just it's what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is. The situations you deal with in front of you, correct? But surely, you just enjoyed this
Plus-
more than your wanderings, than your lazy days? Having a bit of drive?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't appeal to me, but I guess I've been doing it, so maybe.
You have. Been doing it quite well.
Maybe that bastard Callan has No, I don't like wandering. Why am I wandering? I don't want to wander anymore.
You don't
And I
want to.
take a seat and cross my arms, look a bit.
Interesting. You mentioned
Strong.
Callan. Been on your mind?
Well, I assume you were gonna.
Well, I mean, depends what you want to talk about, Arta. Depends what direction you want to go. I'm interested in you. What does Arta
I'm only here
want?
because I have to be. No. Oh, I assume I have
that-
to be. Everyone else did.
That is true. You do have to. And I apologize for forcing you into this conversation, but I just need to understand you a little bit more. What drives you? What do you want from this? What's the end game for Arta? Lazy days? Is this it? Save the world and sit on your ass after?
Not really. No, lazy days. Lazy days.
Lazy days.
Yeah. Get
Save the
some
world
cash,
and
get
sit
a nice,
back.
nice big house
Cash.
by a
Nice.
lake.
Yes.
Spend the days, frolicking in the sun, fishing.
Fishing.
I don't know how to
lovely.
fish.
As you can
I don't
learn,
really
you'll
like
have so
fish.
much time after you've saved the world. What about Callan?
What about him?
Oh, would you like to take up his mantle? Look after
No,
those that have lost souls? Give back to the one that has pulled you from your... What? Gave you a family? Does he
I
like
mean, it's a very, morally correct thing to do, but also at the same point, adoption isn't for me. So, and I don't really like wandering.
Well,
So,
you don't
I
have to
mean,
necessarily want it to follow on his rules, right?
Yeah, but I feel like his whole tenant kind of comes with like looking after little lost sheep,
Mm,
and like that's not really my forte.
no. But that is your
How am I supposed
deity,
to
no?
nap looking after while I look after someone? That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm sure you can find a way. You're quite apt at napping. But surely your deity and your power, no? The
Eh,
dwarven
I
god?
mean-
Am I correct? Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah, I guess
Of
so.
wandering?
I guess so.
A man that's given you such power. What happens if that power goes? What is more important, I suppose, the lazy days or the power?
I mean,
The thunder, the lightning? Could all be gone.
the lightning is cool, and like looking cool is cool.
Looking cool
Cape
is
starts-
very cool.
My cape starts billowing.
Very nice.
But at the same point, like, I guess I'll keep doing it until I can lazy day. Really,
That's it.
I guess that's kind of why I'm on this path. Even though I
Carry
don't
on.
really want to.
Is it because you don't want to, or you don't know what you're in for? Feeling a little lost?
No, I know exactly where we are. We're inside your tent.
Not geographically, Arta. In your mind, what are you looking for?
I don't have
are
a map
you?
in my mind. I'm confused.
Never ask yourself questions?
I ask myself lots of questions, but they're
Like
usually
why?
stupid and I don't say them out loud.
Sometimes, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people. We all know this. Never thought,
But I am-
you don't think this plays into your demeanour? The lack of purpose? Just to be... You want to go through all this to have just lazy days? You could have lazy days now. They'd be short, and sure, you'd probably die quite soon, but you could die with, I don't know, a couple of weeks of good lazy days ahead of you. Why set out to save the world? What are
I'm
you
not
looking
saying I'm to
for?
save the world. Stop saying save the world.
Well, let's give it a bit of grandeur. It's boring.
I'm just
saying.
here for a fun time. you know?
Here for a fun time.
Here for a fun time, hopefully a long time. You know that old famous saying.
There's a very famous saying. Oh. So that's it. Your drive. So if we're looking to make a deal here, I'm asking you to go on this grand adventure of your party of grand adventurers to not save the world, to kill a gruesome little plant that's been a right little bastard. What do you want from me at the end of it? Are you happy to sign on the dotted line now? That's it. I'm just here for a good time.
Two things.
Mm?
I want the last hit.
Right. I mean, I can't necessarily guarantee that,
Well,
I can guarantee that I won't step in to help on the last hit if that's what you'd like.
I thought you were all powerful. Like that's what everyone else seems to fear you for.
Yes, there are, well, powers,
Wait, hold
yes, but not to just I think you've confused a little bit the power, but okay. You can have the last hit.
You can turn an entire village into little dog people, but you can't make it so they get the last hit on the bad guy.
It wouldn't be
Who I assume is the bad guy. He might be the good guy.
I'm
just kind of
interesting question. A man of gods asking about good and bad. It's just not a good use of my powers to try and halt. I mean, between you all, you could decide who's going to do the last deed. But anyway, what's your number 2?
Could you direct me to where I can get a set of juggling balls that I can never drop?
Yes. I can give you some juggling balls.
I don't. No, I don't want them from you. I want you to direct me somewhere. Because
you want me to direct you to...
I was always told never trust a hag. So...
so you would like to take my directions?
Oh, that's a good point. Oh,
yes.
I'm stuck there. Okay, scrap.
And also, we're about to make a deal about...
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. The other guys want to do it, and it seems like there could be some fun things that happen, and you know.
So you're signing on the dotted line for funsies?
Oh, where is Callan?
Callan is alive still. He is.
What about Mira?
Mira. She is. Well, she's in the Glimmering Hollow. I can tell you that for free. She is a little self-righteous. In fact, she wields much of the same powers of the deities you do. You're both, students of Callan? Sons and daughters of Callan? How do you see Callan? Was he like a father to you or like a teacher? How does that work?
Pain in the ass.
Never saw him
so he's alive, is what you're telling me?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even have to make a deal to get that.
No. Because, passing information is fun. Setting beads off is fun. Mira herself is is an interesting one. You two both cut from the same cloth, but
wow, that's just racist.
Very different sides. She is passionate, driven.
God.
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Well, I've seen it. She is hell-bent on doing good for good's sake. Although, I assume you've seen those qualities in some of your adventuring party here. Many of them observe very similar qualities to Mira. Is that?
Yeah,
keeps
but
you
they
hanging
don't
around?
much.
Strange. So, this is... if information is all you require
Okay, so
to
they're
sign
both
on the dotted
alive.
line...
Perfect,
Yes.
perfect. I was told... there was something about a boat as well. I feel like I had a dream about a boat.
Something
Can you see
about
dreams?
boat.
Are you a dream reader?
I don't really
It's like
deal
a
with the
storm.
dreams.
It's like a
Storms.
storm.
If you're seeing
boat.
storms and dreams, you are a man of deities, so I believe we're
But I'm not
touching into slightly different powers.
I'm not a man of the sea cloth.
The sea cloth?
You said, get deities and gods and stuff, but it was a boat on the sea, and there was a
You
storm.
have much
Now,
growing up to
storms we
do.
can do, but seas, I'm not a sea. They're not sea.
Well, you know where you were found. Has Callan ever told you
Vaguely.
the story of your upbringing?
Yeah. Do you know anything about what happened before then? I'm not particularly bothered, but as we're exchanging information, I might as well find out while I'm here.
No. Well, there is information for one of your... There are things said potentially about kin of yours, bloodline of yours, and a set purpose, but I don't believe you are the right sibling.
Cool. Is what it is.
Yes, it's
are we
unfortunate.
done here?
because- yes, if you're happy to sign on the dotted line for funsies and a little bit of information about your mentor, then I am happy to put that contract in front of your nose.
Do I need to sign it in blood or?
No, I would take a word. Word is a great oath. Words are very interesting.
Yeah, just take my word. Yeah, cool, whatever.
Yes.
And as I leave, I get up and I kind of start leaving and wave goodbye. So I'm coming through the curtains to everyone else.
Nice.
Are you
She
okay,
didn't know
Arthur?
anything.
Oh, really?
Well, okay, she did know some stuff that I didn't know. So
Right.
actually, she did know stuff.
Faywin shakes Zagger awake.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what does everyone wish for? Or is it like when you have a birthday party and you blow out the candles and you're not supposed to tell everyone you wish?
I think
I
on
don't
that,
think I
Jenny
really-
will appear back in. She's like, so... Now, that was a bit fun, wasn't it? Getting to know each other, sharing little secrets, making sure everybody's on board with the plan. So, down to the brass tacks. You are my loophole. You will do what you can, find out what you can, pass on information, and ultimately destroy the Death Bloom. I will aid you where I can in certain information, and now, if we agree on this pact, we'll have a certain bond that'll allow me to stitch the fate for you, shall we say. So, everybody happy to agree? My little loophole warriors, as we side to rid this little Death Bloom of its power and bring some peace back to Aisling, eh?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Nice. Everybody happy? So I will release the curse on the Glimmering Hollow. I will send you appropriate information on what I can find about our little friend the Bloom's inner locations. And
Is Bloom's first or a second name?
I honestly don't know. I just like to change it up a little bit. It's boring calling him the Death Bloom. Gives him a bit too much grandeur. Maybe call him Bloomy or something. We'll come up with a name, don't worry. I will send you information in time to help aid you on your journey. And do what you can. You've been doing such a good job of finding out what's going on. Also, little heads up, be aware. He's getting a little antsy and growing at quite an alarming rate, so I know some of you have some delusions of saving everybody, so make sure you, use that information wisely. But I have everything I need from you today. If we're all clear and everybody is happy, I shall let you get on with your business. We'll need confirmation from everybody, though, verbally.
I thought
Like a wakes up, huh? What?
Did no one else do that? Was I the only one that agreed to it verbally?
You were
'Cause I
the
feel
only
like-
one. I know, crazy.
Yeah. Oh, what are you guys doing? And I gesture to everyone to doing that thing you do with your hands where someone's like speaking notes.
Yeah. Andrew kind of nods and says, "We have a deal."
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Just say,
say
yes,
yes.
Kobold. Oh my god, this is tedious. Will you just agree or not agree? What is the problem here?
Yes.
I was asleep. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, that makes a change, doesn't it?
She needs us to verbally agree to the deal, Zagger.
Oh, I don't agree to shit.
Everybody else?
Already said yes.
Yes?
Yep.
Otto? Is he dead? Did he give himself a boner and kill himself? Dan! Did he actually die?
I hope not.
No idea where.
I'll send him a message on WhatsApp.
Yeah, he's definitely agreed. We've decided. Okay, so 4 agreements and 1 stern disagreement. Are we sure about this, Kobold?
I mean, I was pretty clear. I told you I don't trust your ass.
Well, maybe 4 will be enough. Oh, 5 will be enough. Sorry, Andrew. A very special part of this. Okay. 5 of protection, 1 who is, I mean, do with him what you will. You are free to leave. I shall be in contact soon enough.
How will you be in contact with us?
You'll know where I'll be in contact.
Are you like gonna send like a pigeon? Because I don't know if old mate boy I gesture.
It's like no mystery. A bunch of adventurers who've got absolute zero sense for a bit of intrigue. You will know when you know. I must hide some ways of communication and lay some breadcrumbs and information along the way, but it'll be obvious when I let you know. Locations, information, if I can find anything else. But I can't obviously give away my hand. The bloom isn't completely stupid.
And if we need to contact you?
Oh, just will it. I'll be listening.
It's a bit creepy.
It is, isn't it? But it works quite well. We've got a special... Well, I mean, most of us have a special bond now.
Ooh. Question.
It's not really the time for questions. I kind of have other things to get on with.
No, it's just a quick.
Don't just sit around waiting for random adventurers to wander into my house, you know.
We'll believe it. So when you send this cryptic message that you're going to crypt,
Mm-hmm.
can you cryptically tell me how you do it? Because I think that would be really cool.
I can definitely try.
Good enough for me.
Okay, hurry along. Get out there. Get killing some Death Blue. Our little secret. As she ushers you towards the exit, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, piss off now. Leave me alone. As you...
I get up.
As you come back, she like follows you out the hut as well, and you can see she closes the door behind her as she leaves and says, "Right, well, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Keep yourself busy. Keep on the path you're on, and I'll be there to sprinkle the little bit of fate where required. Together we'll do this. And remember, think on our little conversations." And she darts off to the left of the house. The thing you saw, Von, reappears and comes out, and what you see is the upside down head of a skull of a large bird, like the top half of a bird, and a thing with 2 wings and these weird ass like chicken legs. As she steps onto the wing and jumps up onto like where the skull is, sits down and just like gives you a little wave as this thing just goes like just starts running off out into the forest. It is truly a gruesome beast. Upside down bird skull, 2 chicken legs and wings that don't fly but they kind of flap as it runs, like a chicken but without the body. As Jenny disappears off, you hear the buzzing of Fizzle as he comes back round. He's like, "Hey, so it all went well, guys. Everything good? Yep, everything went well. He's still alive. This is good. Nobody's him off. Okay."
Yes. Also, I feel we dealt with the problem back at the
Listening Hollow.
No,
The other
that's the
one.
one I'm
Willow
actually
Glade.
going to. Willow Glade.
Willow Glade.
What Yes, I caught some problems there. I mean, Jenny said she was going to help me with those once we'd found some information. But you've cleared it?
We have, yes.
He's like, you
Magic
look at it, he's about to
beans.
like speed off, huh?
Magic beans.
Yes, these were the problem. I planted the beans. The beans I bought from. She just like points to Zaga.
Well, yeah, you bought them from me. I told you.
Yes, I planted them and they turned into mushrooms and eggs and things and beasts grew and came. I caused great danger. I was too inquisitive. I was too forthright with my knowledge, my stupidity caused people problems. But you've solved them?
We solved those problems. Yes, just maybe don't do anything with any more of those beans. And I glance over at Zaga as saying it as well.
And he goes, "Don't eat the eggs."
Don't eat the eggs.
Yes, there were
Eat
eggs.
the egg.
Don't eat the eggs. You didn't take the eggs? Did you take the eggs? Don't take the eggs. Don't eat the eggs. There were eggs.
I mean, I
Where-
saw the
wait.
eggs in your hut, but I
Yes,
did not
don't eat
touch
the eggs.
anything.
Okay, good. Okay, oh, I will be. If it's solved, then I must. I can. And you can see him like twizzle around as he spins up. He's like, I'm going to go and work out how I can fulfill my part of the bargain and then maybe get myself back to it. Thank you. You know the way back. Goodbye. Goodbye. And he's like slowly like fluttering backwards.
Yes, we can work our way back.
Okay. And he buzzes off. Still a bit clumsy.
Zaga turns to the rest of the group and says, "What the fuck did you all agree to?"
Kill something that we. That's kind of our mojo. That's kind of what we do. I mean, did you guys agree to other stuff?
If we don't kill the Death Bloom, it will kill us. And everybody else. That's all I
So says the
agreed
untrustworthy hag.
to. We've seen what it does.
You've
Andrea,
also
what did you
heard that it's somewhat reasonable and will make deals, right? But nobody thought about that.
The Death Bloom will make deals?
Well, Jenny said she made a deal with it. And that's why she can't kill it.
Its aim is to take over everything, Zaga. If we
I mean,
made it,
so says the hag that's
would
untrustworthy.
We would protect ourselves and no one else.
I mean, if you want to believe the hag, sure.
Wait,
have
we
to
were
agree to
believing
disagree.
that. I just thought we were killing stuff.
Once we've dealt with the bloom, we can deal with whatever happens with Jenny afterwards.
Zaga hasn't decided if he's doing anything about the death bloom yet.
Oh, you're speaking in third person now. Is that a new thing? Or is
Yeah.
is that what you got from the trade with the hag?
Like the Great One.
Who's the?
Oh,
great
that's a
one?
legend on my island. Don't worry about it.
Oh, now that's ominous.
I
We
wonder
head
if the hag took Otter's breath away.
I mean, you saw the way he was looking at her.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge. We'll cross that bridge later. Oh, should we go see if she's actually? Oh,
Yes, let's go back to the hollow.
If she's
and
fixed
see-
the nose.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Mhm.
see. Rumors are circulating, and I don't know where I heard these from, but apparently, that tiefling that I knew, Mira, might have been one of them, and he's there. So I really hope she's not one of the ones we killed, because that would be sad for some people, but not me. I don't have emotional attachment to people,
Mhm.
except you guys, of course, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. You got no emotional attachment to Mira at all.
I don't even know who Mira is. Who's Mira?
Let's head back.
Yeah. let's
I
head
also need
back.
to sleep. I'm very bruised and bloody.
Oh yeah, you guys are fucked up still, right?
It was very fucked up.
Cool. So yeah, you can make your way, retrace your steps back. It's a long old journey to travel back. You know the way. Can you all roll me d6s, please?
Do I remove 1?
No, this is just a luck roll.
3.
1.
6.
4.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, he's alive.
Cool.
Did you fall asleep, Ben?
Maybe.
You see, Weaver, like Zaga did it in character. Weaver, fuck me. Burn is method acting, and I love it.
It's 2 weeks for D&D full sleepies. Cool. So you make your way back to the Glimmering Hollow. It is, like I say, a long old trek back. By the time you make your way and get into, I say the reason you wouldn't get lost
Oh
at
shit, did
night
you want a
is-
D6 story?
Yeah, please. Oh yeah, don't.
6.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's better. You don't get lost in the night. It's because of Fabian's ability to kind of retrace and track yourself back. You also have a bit of a map as you make your way back towards the Glimmering Hollow, making it there at night time. As you get close, you see the lights from the Glimmering Hollow as some of the buildings have been lit this evening. I need a pee, so we'll take a quick pee break and then we'll come back to the Glimmering Hollow stuff. I will be real quick. All right. So yes, you make it back to the Glimmering Hollow as night has fallen. It is a with the trek out, the fight, the meet, and then the trek back. Yeah, you coming back in the early hours of the morning. You're talking 1s, 2s in the morning. As you enter the Glimmering Hollow, you can see there are people still moving around. You see people, the first thing you find as you're in there, and you see as well the shining armor of some of the Thornwind Sentinels, the squad that you'd met before, the squad that you know that Mira is part of, as they are ushering people backwards and forwards. They're trying to move people out of houses and just like clear up and keep essentially just like a lot of movement about as you kind of make your way back into the city. Where would you like to go?
Zaka turns to the group and says, "Do you remember where you stashed all those dogs you knocked out?"
I'm sure someone's found them by now.
Various sheds.
Yeah. Houses, sheds. What about the dead ones? What did we do with the dead ones? I say quietly.
And there were only a couple.
Various houses and sheds, I think.
Various houses and sheds. Where did we put our dead people? That's in various houses and sheds.
Can I kill that shopkeeper now?
No, we are not killing anyone in the city, Zaka.
Should we go and see if we can find the person you have no attachment to, Arthur? See if she's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna head off to
I'm
the
indifferent.
stable to go and check on Horse and Zarkle.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Cool.
Yeah, so I'll head to I'm gonna head to the big building where we heard that people were like behind bars.
Yep.
Zaka wants to keep an eye out for Bryn because Bryn knows that we were the ones that went about fixing this, and he might be the one to give a reward.
Okay, cool. Give me an investigation check for trying to find Bryn. Go back to the horse. So you make your way back, Von, to the horse as the rest of the party go towards the larger building where they were all being held up. You can see as people are passing, they're kind of paying you little attention. As you can see, that people clearing stuff out of houses. There's a load of people that are like shoveling shit out of places as well, like actual poop. As they're moving around trying to tidy things up. As you get to the barn, you can see that there's like a guy that's working there. As he's like kind of like tending to your horse, looking around, and then notices you come in. As he's a bit like, what the fuck? Who's this horse? What's good? Like my stable's here, and there's a barn in here. There's a horse in my barn. Essentially, there's a horse in my barn.
There's a snake in my boot.
Yeah. As he's like calming the horse down there. What you want to check?
I just wanted to do the frost shit again, the ice shit on Zarkle again. Just check that everything is fine and dandy.
Cool. So you do. As you come in, you can like essentially stake claim to this horse. Are you explaining who you are to this person?
No, not for now.
Okay. So he kind of like, okay, hands off the horse to you, and then you can carry on, do the ice frosting. You can see that again, it has like melted down. The body is in just like a pool of water, right? That keeps getting frozen.
Yeah.
So you are unsure as to how well it is being preserved, but it doesn't seem to stink to high heaven. So you get it frozen again, go from there. It's not like you're going to eat it, so unless you are going to eat it, then you might have some problems because freezing and refreezing meat, not good. Yeah, maybe just give it to him. Cool. Show that. The rest of you make your way towards the larger building. You can see there, and you see straight away, Arta, the mirror stood up on a kind of like not on a platform, but like on a slightly higher raised thing, on a few boxes and stuff pulled together. And she's like directing people and directing some of the forming sentinels as they're moving people around and getting people in, pulling goods and stuff in and out of the thing as she's trying to like usher people around. You make your way to the front of that area, just a bit back from where you killed all those or attacked all those gnolls in the pit. You can see as well that within that front area down the bottom, you can see that there are bodies laying out with white sheets over them, laid out within. I'd say it's a pit. It's not actually a pit. It's like a concreted area, but they are laid out there, and not too far from that main warehouse area.
It was an 11 for looking for Bryn as well.
11. Okay. Cool.
I turn around. I've seen what I needed to see. I'm done.
Okay. So yeah, she's working.
Sorry, you did all that description, and I thought that was going to be my plan as soon as it happened. You gave all that exposition.
She was there, or?
Yeah,
she's there. She's directing people as they're all moving around, and like ushering, trying to essentially get in some order to the chaos of trying to get things back to normal. But around you only see people.
Zaga will approach Mira, assuming that he hasn't seen Bryn.
Yeah. With 11, you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I was turned back round. He's escaping from the grounds.
Sorry, is there any reaction on Arthur's face for the fact that we found the person he was worried was dead?
There is, but you're going to need a perception check for me to tell you.
I will roll.
I am DMing.
Yeah.
I am taking over temporary DM.
You can insight check.
That is a 24 on the perception check.
You see a warm smile appear on his face, but as quick as it appears, it fades.
Okay, that's enough to warm Faywin's heart.
Sorry, Hub.
No, it's fine. Now I'll do you. What do you see? No, you don't do that actually. Do the opposite. Go fuck yourself.
He doesn't see anything. That's like
Art's face is gone. He doesn't have a face. Go fuck yourself.
He doesn't have a face. It's covered in facial hair.
It was an asteroid. You're dead. Go fuck yourself. Right, cool. No, it's fine. You do what you want. But yeah, you see Mira there. Zaga, you walking towards Mira? You can join up with the guys as you're there. Now you know the horse is there. As you pass down those streets as well, you're going to see people out. But they seem to have collected, in the 6 hours it's taken you to travel back, assuming at some point that curse was removed, you can see that a lot of work is going on. A lot of people are moving stuff. Furniture is being moved. Trash is being moved. Boxes are being pulled backwards and forwards. And bodies have been collected of dead people. But all you can see of the bodies is that they are laid out on stretchers covered in sheets.
Hey, Arda's friend.
Hello. Do you need help? Do you need pointing to a job? What were you assigned to?
You're not assigned to shit. We just got back from saving you all.
Okay.
You were dog people.
Yeah, I wasn't dog people, but yes, I understand that there were some gnolls here, and now that is all gone. Okay.
You're welcome.
And are you all following behind? Are you within, if she's having a conversation with Zaga, are you in eye shot?
Yeah.
I was just kind of standing at the back of the crowd, just
yeah. As she catches them. I'm going to bed. I'm done. As she catches all of you, you see the recollection then ping, and then she sees Arta. She's like,
the small blue kobold wasn't enough.
No, you're not.
How many small blue kobolds did she see?
You're not memorable, unfortunately. Everyone you've ever met has forgotten you. I wonder how that happened to you. It's a shame. You are an NPC in this story. Yeah. She's also there. You got to think there's a lot of people just moving around. She's up there having conversations with different sentinels that are coming up, people that are in the silver armor plates, and then see people that are just in their regular kind of townsfolk attire, common folk attire, as she's moving around. So just someone coming up in the middle of that is about anyone coming up to you in the middle of something. It's what? You're not necessarily oh, let me just sit and talk to you. Who are you, little boy? Oh, okay. But looking up after you're saying that, which is a little bit off-piste, seeing you as a group there, she's like, oh my god, brilliant. Do you want to come inside? Arta, come inside.
Hey, there's something weird about Arta. Look at his face for me and tell me if it looks different.
He looks a little dirty. Has he got a dirty Arta?
It looks like he needs to wash, right?
Yeah. If you've been out in the woods, then Then yes, but please come inside. And she leans down to one of the guys and is just like, take over from me, take over. And one of the other sentinels kind of takes her position and starts like going through with some people. And you can see they're like pulling together provisioning, and it's essentially a check and restock of what's been going on here to get things running again. But it is late, like 2 a.m, as she kind of invites you all into that main hangar that only John had seen inside of. Are you following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like it smells of reward.
Nice. Isn't that funny? Sweet. So she invites you in, and you can see in here, this is a big, long chamber. The front bit where John had seen where there was some gnolls sleeping, all been cleared out now. You can see the stalls and the workstations. You can see some larger kilns. You can see this is very much like a big industrial area. It's been cleaned out here, and there's boxes and stuff that have been laid around. Boxes of different foods and waters and provisions that they're pulling inside and sorting out. As she's like, sorry, I don't have anywhere to offer you to sit down, but the kobold said that you've been out saving everyone, so can you elaborate?
Yeah, we went to see Jenny the Hag, and she turned you all back to normal from dog people. Well, apart from Fizzle Bumblefuck, he's still a...
Thistle? You saw Thistle as well?
Yeah, he's a moth.
Thistle's a moth and...
But like a giant moth.
Okay. Thistle's a giant moth, and you went to see a hag now. I mean, it does sound like you've been eating some mushrooms, but the fact that I watched a bunch of gnolls turn back into people means it's probably the second craziest thing I've heard and seen this week. What? She like stops. Wait. Okay. So, what is going on?
Well, Jenny the Hag turned this village into dog people.
Mm-hmm.
We went to see Jenny, and now she's changed you back. But not Fizzle. He's still a moth.
He's still there. So...
Apparently he made some kind of deal with... Because making deals with hags is smart.
It doesn't sound smart to make deals with hags, but... You... Okay. A hag turned everybody into gnolls. That's now stopped. Okay. So we're... This is... good to know. Very odd. I have nothing else to offer. This is it then, right? So everyone's ready to roll. We get everyone back and running. The hag is been made a deal with, so is not dead. So we are safe from the hag. Can I leave people?
The hag is not dead.
Hag is not dead. So okay, but she doesn't want the people here as gnolls anymore.
Apparently not.
Okay.
Because you're not gnolls.
Well, I think she does, maybe, but like, I made a deal, didn't we?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean,
as long
good.
as we do what we plan to do, everyone should be fine.
That is quite ominous. But
And cryptic.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't really have time to get into it. It's good. Are you planning to stay here? Or are you travelling? I mean, it's the middle of the night, so I'm assuming...
Tonight, yes, we need to stay.
Okay. We have accommodation being set up all over the place because people have had their homes ripped and ruined, and turns out a lot of them are covered in shit. So trying to get that fixed, which is great. I probably won't sleep tonight, which is awesome, but we can find you somewhere to stay. And then just, yes. Give me.
Oh, we
a shout
also
in the
saved your village, by the way.
What's happening in
With
the Willard Glade?
With what?
We left the Willard Glade.
Had you left? You left before Thistle. Let's just say planted some beans that caused a big issue.
And he was very excited about whatever he found.
Yeah, there was some creatures terrorizing the town, but we have cleared them out for you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome?
Oh, Wow. Thank you. That's wow. That's amazing. That's another. That's an. Okay. What the fuck is going on? There's so much. Shit. Okay. Good. Thank you. And she goes out to the front door, shouts out, and she comes back in and goes, do you know where the inn is? And she points you to the very first building that you kind of fought alongside, the long one. She's like, they've turned a tavern. All the rooms have been converted. Fortunately, it's just lots of bunk space. But you can grab a room in there and rest. And then please see me in the morning before you leave. If you are leaving out, just so I can find out what is going on. But hopefully by then we've got a bit more stability.
Thank you, Mira.
I say to Mira in Infernal, have you got a second?
She says, yes, I need to... And she catches and just says, we need to talk. So you guys can head off to the inn, get yourself set. When you're there, there's like someone coming in. They're like, "Oh, what are you looking at?" And then they put you in the right direction. You get like one room which has just has like a bed in it, and then just has lots of space for bedrolls. They've like pulled loads of furniture out. It's not. It's a roofed building with a room. It's not the most comfy, but it is somewhere that you can all sit and take a long rest. But yeah, as you leave, Mira and Arta step to one side.
Zaga will go for the long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the bed.
Yeah, go to bed. Don't fall asleep again. How are you? I mean, you know I'm going to give you shit for that, Tash, right? But that's impressive that you've grown it. But still, it's a style choice. You're really, becoming a new man.
Is that really what you wanted to talk about?
No, I just couldn't let it go without it. Come on, it's like that's too easy. You're setting them. If you don't set them up, I'm gonna. This is gonna happen, right?
It is also very funny, isn't it?
It is quite funny, but I mean impressive because I've never known a tiefling grow a beard or whatever that is. But well done. Also, bit of light reprieve because it sounds like you've had a pretty fucked up couple of weeks. I'm having now a pretty fucked up couple of weeks. So if you can't laugh at your little bro's moustache, then what can when you can't laugh at it, right?
Exactly that. So I'll go first.
Yes.
Callan's alive. Don't know where, but he's alive.
You've seen him?
Nah, the hag told me.
The hag told you? The hag? Okay. Have you? She's like, I've been having fucking crazy ass dreams. Like, almost like visions where I had seen Callan and yeah, it's like pictures, it's but I can't get rhythm. I mean, I haven't been sleeping that well, and then I've been locked up here, but yeah, I've been plagued by these visions of him. So knowing he's alive is great.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably talk to someone about like weird dreams.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'm a little bit busy right now, aren't I?
I thought that person you were talking to about them was me.
So
that's
okay. Sorry, I thought you were trying to be funny. You know how you try to be funny sometimes.
I am funny sometimes. Yes.
Exactly. Try to be funny sometimes. She like punches you on the shoulder.
I've also been having dreams. And I explain the weirdest fuck dreams I've had with the boat and all that other crap.
Oh, okay. When you go into the weirdest fuck boat, and she's like listening, but very like, that's not the same fucking weird ass dreams I'm having when you have those bits. The boat.
My dreams are moving pictures. The
boat dream. Well, the boat was the possession.
Yeah, but I'm still counting.
You could, as long as I was just checking that you were saying that. Yeah, and then when you go through the other dream bits, because when you go through the latter ones you've been having, she's been having like the same dream. She's like, well, that's a bit messed up, but that does sound like, I mean,
it's probably just Martimore being weird.
Yeah, obviously, but what? I mean,
I don't think we need to look into it too much.
No, you don't want to just look into. You don't think having dreams finally sent through from our deity is something to look into? Of course you
Let
don't.
me rephrase that. I'll look into it and I'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to find Callan, I will be coming with you.
Well, I'm not going to find Callan. I'm going to go kill something again. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I will do what I can to find what I can. It sounds, I mean, if the dreams are coming through the same, it sounds like he or someone is communicating somehow. So it's just piecing enough of the puzzles pieces together. She's like, I can try and work out where it is, maybe? I mean, we've got Scout. I'm part of a Scout team. God damn it. I can find out if it's... He must be close, right? We know where the children were taken. He must be within the borderlands somewhere.
He wouldn't leave the Borderlands. That much is certain.
No.
It's just not his style.
Well, where are you...
Borderlands is a big place.
It's massive. We know it is. So, okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, looks like not such a fuck up after all, are you? If the old big man himself is talking to you.
Yeah, it's probably not him, actually.
Well, who the fuck is it then?
Hag, maybe?
The hag's also talking to me? With the same thing?
I assume so.
No. I think it's time to accept some responsibility. Someone sees something in you, clearly.
And on that note,
Yeah.
I need a nap.
Try not to crumble under too much pressure, eh? I mean, I'll be here, not sleeping. You can have a little rest and deal with that.
As I walk towards the door, I cast. Hold up. I cast Thaumaturgy to instantly cause an unlocked door to fly open. And
Nice.
leave.
Like one of the
billowing.
cage doors open. She's like, that was childish.
Kate billowing as I leave.
Yeah. And then she, as you leave, you hear her like come back, not
I
on
give her-
after you and go sleep.
I give her a thumbs up.
As you, can make your way back to the inn.
In the long rest inn, I just have
In the what, sorry?
Zaga wants to approach Undriel secretly, quietly.
Okay.
And
It will be quite difficult if you're just going to, because you're all in a very small room.
well, maybe
you could-
say, "Can I have a word
Yeah,
quietly
yeah.
with you?"
Yeah, that's fine.
In
Yeah.
his most
Catch her when she like goes out to freshen up. Hello.
Hey, do you have any more of that death bloom meat?
I haven't been carrying the death bloom meat with me for a while. I have the samples I had were like vacuumed and like salted and wouldn't be good for eating. They are for preservation.
I want to eat some more.
You want to eat some more? What of the meat? Or just in general?
I want to eat some more of the meat.
Well, I mean, after everything we've seen, you want okay. We'll have to find something. I'm not sure if I mean it will be disgusting if you try some of the samples I've got, but I've kept the samples for my scientific studies.
Well, I want to eat some more of the meat. Maybe if we find some,
Yes, you want to.
because it keeps popping up.
What would
Then
you be
maybe
trying-
we can cook some more for me.
I mean, that is definitely something we can do, but I feel like we have tried this experiment once, and it wasn't. You want to chase that? And he said, "Chase that dragon again." You want to have another? It temporarily blinded you, Zaga.
I mean, yeah, but I saw the death bloom thing,
Yes.
and the last time when I focused, it was like I was briefly attuned to it,
Okay. So
and I want to try communicating with it.
Okay. Well, if we find, well, the journey is not over, so I'm sure we will find something. The death bloom, as you say, keeps popping up, so that's interesting. I will bear that in mind. Let's.
But I don't want the others to know about it.
You want to secretly have us cook?
They made a deal with a hag. I don't trust them.
Okay. I mean, I also had a meeting with Jenny.
Did you make a deal with her?
I don't know if a deal was made, but I had to agree to go on this pact with her. Yes, the same as everybody else, bar you.
Zag is now trying to decide if he trusts Andrew.
I will kill you. But I think this is... I mean, I'm all for scientific study and journaling, but I don't think keeping it a secret from the rest of your friends is the right choice. I understand the sentiment of trying to...
Let's just focus on getting some more Death Bloom meat first.
Okay. I'm with you on trying to explore all sides of this, but the secrecy I don't think is the best choice.
That's okay. Let me do the thinking.
Okay.
And with that, Zag will go inside to get his long rest.
Mm-hmm.
May I also do something on the long rest,
Yep.
please?
Yeah.
So I'd like to go up to Von.
Mm-hmm.
And in Elvish, even though I know that Oftar will probably be listening in. Hey.
Oh, it's been asleep for ages.
Fair. Von, do you still have Jeff?
I'm Jeff.
Yes.
Do you think I could just borrow him for a bit? I just want to have a little chat with him. Sort of left him alone for a while. I feel a bit bad.
Sure. I'll take off the ring of Mind Shield and pass over to Faven.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. If you want to do swapsies on the rest, we can do that as well. I just have a quick chat with Jeff and then I'll come back.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. If you want to do other stuff with your thing, you can always take watch if you want to take watch, but you are inside an inn where other people are inside the inn as well. So
I just mean because we're 4 and 4 for our
Okay,
long
yeah.
rest.
Yep.
And then I'd like to have a little chat with little Jeffrey.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, you pop the ring of Mind Shield on and attune to it.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, hello. You're back. Your friend was not very chatty.
Oh, Von.
Yes, I think he I get what the ring can do, but he didn't have to shield me from his mind, you know.
What do you mean, what the ring can do?
Well, you know, the ring has I'm not unaware of the ring's magical powers, you know. How do you think I got in the first place?
Okay.
I'm not
Well, I'm sorry that
stupid,
he
come
hasn't
on.
been very chatty.
No, he
with you.
hasn't
That's
spoken
not
to me
very
at all. No,
nice.
it's been... I mean, I don't really have a great concept of time, being as I am a soul within a ring, but, you know, felt like a bloody long time.
It probably was, to be honest, Jeff. But...
Where are we now? Are we up to any shenanigans? Tell me, give me some gossip.
Oh, no shenanigans, you know us. We're in... I can't actually remember the name.
Well, that's good.
Glimmering Hollow?
Glimmering Hollow.
Is that where we are? No?
Down
The
in yeah, you are.
Wallowing Willow?
No, I think that's right. That's a real place. The second one, you just sound like you've made up. Down in the Borderlands. Ugh. You've gone from Redvant to the Borderlands.
Oh, you should have seen it yesterday.
Why were we
Everyone was a
yesterday?
knoll and it stank.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
far from it. Can you take me back to some
Do you have a
civilization,
nose
please?
in there, or
No,
do
I
you
can't
smell things?
smell.
No.
Oh god.
Probably for the best. It's stinky.
Oh, to wish to smell again. One day I'll be able to smell again.
Jeff, remind me, when you were not just a soul in a ring,
Mm-hmm.
you had a body.
Yeah.
Did you spend much time in Allhearth?
I'm from Allhearth.
Of course you are. I thought so. I'm sorry. It's just I haven't had much sleep recently. I thought I'd forgotten.
No, I've.
When was that?
Where? I don't know when it is now.
Neither, to be honest. Okay.
I mean, I lived in Allhearth all of my life, working for the Commonwealth like a good elf should. You know, got myself into a little bit of trouble here and there. Well, obviously one doesn't end up in a ring as a soul with a completely clean slate, but yes. Oh, take me back to Allhearth.
Oh, I will. I will.
That's delightful.
Because you know I'm from there, right? And
Well, obviously,
my
I can hear it in your accent.
my dad is rich and etc. Do you know much about the people of Warhearth and the Feywild?
The people of all Hearth and the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, some elves get themselves in different businesses, and people have different dealings with the Feywild. But no, not the link. Not the link. All Hearth's a city. The Feywild is a little bit more ruffian, you know. Those wood elves and what the like who like to, I don't know, eat the mushrooms and go on their crazy trips to their crazy little Feywild realm. But no, us high elves, well, you know, like the nicer things, creature comforts.
And in what scenario could you imagine that a high elf would end up in dealings in the Feywild?
Something bad must have happened. If you get yourself, well, dealings in the Feywild, they should go on a crazy trip or, you know, seeking something. But the Feywild it's a strange place. It's an upside down world. It's, you know, I think originally the High Elves may have once have come from there, but that's a long, long time ago. Now we're way more settled in reality, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You want to go to the Feywild? Please don't take me to the Feywild. It's very strange.
Oh, I don't have plans on going there. I just wondered if you knew much about it. I knew that you were very knowledgeable. And
Well, yes, I do
what
know
you
quite
know.
a lot, you know. Something of a little bookworm I was back in the day, a little squirreler of knowledge and secrets. But Feywild is nothing that really interested me. It's a twisted, weird place. The beings that come there are strange.
When you were, you had a body, did you ever find yourself wanting to go out for an adventure? To leave your books behind?
Did I? No, not out into the wild. Like not into the borderlands. I'm going to Redvant.
I know, I'm so sorry to bring you out here.
Well, exactly.
I
Why
should
would
have
you do
waited
that?
until we were in a
But
war.
what interesting things are there to be had in those? No, working for the Commonwealth, it's all about knowledge. Not knowledge, book knowledge. Knowledge, you know. Things that people know and don't know. Got to trade, and those things are far more exciting, you know. Getting the upper hand on people, finding out certain bits of information. So that's where the real fun is.
Oh, you almost sound a bit like a hag there, Jeff.
How dare you?
Well, talking
Pick on
about
this
deals
ring.
and knowing what people know and trading information, that's
You're
very
from
hag-like.
all Hearth. What, you think the Commonwealth is squeaky clean? You think the elves just hold realm over all of the northern country? Just what? Because they like, or they're doing it for the good of the nation? Are they? Come on. You're not
Then
that
what
naive,
if they're
are
not
you?
doing it for the cause? What could they possibly be?
Everybody
dealing
has
with?
motives. The Commonwealth is not run by an all-seeing being, is it? It's run by elves. And individual elves have individual wants and needs and wishes, and they get their grabby little hands into grabby little deals, and that's when Jeffrey can pop up and find out what's going on. It's much more interesting when the world's a bit like that, you not think? Boring if everything's all squeaky clean and everyone was just doing it for the good of their hearts, no?
But you never know who to trust. That's really interesting, Jeff.
You
If ever you
do
want to
never
share
know.
some of the dirty dealings you were getting on with back in the day, then feel
Wow.
free to let me know.
Maybe give me a bit more airtime. I'll think of some juicy gossip for you. Get me back to Allhearth, and I'll get lots of gossip. I can recount stories based on where you are, maybe. A little walk down memory lane.
You never knew my father, did you, Jeff? That may
I
have been
have
before
no
your
idea
time.
who really you are, so therefore who your father is.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Jeff. My name is Faywin Oakshine. My father
Oakshine.
is... Yes. You know the name?
Of course I know the name Oakshine. Interesting. Wow, that wouldn't explain why you're such a... So interesting. So you're...
Why I'm such a what? Sorry, Jeff.
No, don't worry.
Inquisitive? Or...
Inquisitive. Let's say inquisitive, yes. Yes, Oakshine, you're So your father is okay. Well, I mean...
Oh, you know him?
Yes. He's a man that is... a bit more straight-laced.
And my mother, his wife?
Oh, less straight-laced.
Oh.
Yes, I mean, your father was... I mean, I'd say it's quite a bore, actually, to be fair. Not causing any offence. I mean, not that I can take much offence, but please don't lock me away for a while. I mean, you can't get me on a soul in a ring, but... yes, your father has a lot of information, knows a lot of things, but doesn't partake in gossip or sharing. He just minds his little books, looks after his little library, and feeds in the information to the Commonwealth for the good of the blah, 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 blah. But your mother was a little bit more wild. I remember when she was younger. God knows how your father snatched that one.
Oh, you'll have to tell me the stories, Jeff.
Well, I don't really know that
Maybe
much.
on the
Like,
journey to Allham.
yes, I have way more
interesting.
interesting stories. I mean, not that parents are not interesting, but like I say, your dad was a bit of a bore for me. Yeah.
Sorry, a bore?
Yeah, it's like boring.
Okay, I got you. Sorry, I thought you said a ball, like he was a lot of fun, but apparently...
No, bore. Like snore.
Got it.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no,
Okay,
not my cup of tea. But I mean, for all accounts, is one of the best master librarians the Commonwealth's ever seen. But yes, boring as hell.
Fair enough.
You are,
Well-
of course, not. You must follow after your mother, clearly, because you are quite the delight. And I mean, more conversations with you would be wonderful. And if you could find a way of getting me out of this ring, that'd be even better.
I'll keep that in mind, Jeff. But for now, I'm going to wear you on my finger
Okay.
so that we can chat some more.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because I feel like
look
if I give you
forward
back
to
to
it.
Ron, he's
He
busy
is
doing other
like,
things.
I don't know. I mean, okay, he's closing me out. Just leaving out Jeffrey in the closet. But yeah, that'll be good. I look forward to it. Faywin Oakshine, bloody hell.
Good night, Jeff.
Good night.
And then I've unattuned one of my daggers to attune to the ring.
Sweet.
And then I'll go back. Ron, do you mind if I hold on to the ring for a little while? I've just been having a chat with Jeff. He seems to know quite a bit about my...
Been having a chat with Jeff.
I've had a little chat with Jeffrey. He is sweet. But he seems to know a lot about, where I'm from, and just think it might be interesting for me to find out more.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You can have this dagger if you like, because I don't really have much room for it now. It's up to you.
Yeah, okay.
And then I rest.
Nice. So you all take your long rests. Otter. During your deep slumber, very, very tired as you have been, you I'd say you probably got like decent bunk down. You probably would actually, as a pirate, you probably would be pretty comfortable on the floor. Getting yourself in your own little space, getting in, knackered, gone to sleep. Deep, deep sleep. For the rest of you, hear Otter snoring away as it gets into the evening. And partway through your sleep, you start to have a weird mix of dreams. I suppose the what has been happening over the past few days is a bit mental anyway, but this almost like swirling ball where as half of the ball that comes round, you see in the smoke and the dust and the floating velvet, not like velvet, like satin sheets and the thing, you see the face of Jenny kind of peering through and putting it out, and as it spins round again, it flips round and you see the darkness of the sea and the bubbles and two eyes, piercing yellow eyes looking at you as you go to gasp, and it spins around again. And this goes on for a while, and the rest of you see that Otter gets a little bit restless in his sleep from the deep snore. Still keeps that deep snore going, but it starts to move around a little bit more. Probably one of the elves if you're awake. And as this is happening, this keeps spinning round and spinning round. And it's like it starts to get a little bit faster and a little bit faster. As these two kind of contrasting images are spinning in your mind, what is kind of going through Ottar's mind? It's fairly lucid like dream.
Kind of conflicted after what Jenny said to him. About obviously she can give him powers, about his patrons as well. But he knows if he doesn't do what his patron asks, there'll be dire consequences. So he's planning to keep his patron happy, but also try and keep the hag happy. He's just confused on how he's going to manage that. He's just, he's very...
In a bit of a frantic backwards and forwards. So as these things are spinning and the eyes kind of get larger and they feel like as it spins around to the eyes, they're getting closer and closer until the spin is kind of quick enough that the eyes become the eyes of the hag, much larger than hers are. And as she smiles, you see the face start to crack slightly as essentially like tentacles fly out of her mouth towards you as you jump up and you just and just spit salt water everywhere.
What the fuck?
You alright, Otto?
Then at this point I'm sort of taking my time to get my bearings.
But you know the taste of salt water in your mouth, giggity. But yeah, that it's like you've just almost coughed up from being almost half drunk in the sea.
Yeah, just a crazy dream. Yeah, a dream.
Okay.
So it's just sort of sat up in bed, sort of confused. Like, was it a dream? Was it reality? Where's this water suddenly come from?
Nice.
Yeah, just a crazy dream. I don't know where that water's come from, but no idea where it came from.
On the opposite side of the room, Arta, as you're asleep, having met back up with Mira, kind of had your chats and whatever else is going on, getting back to a nice peaceful sleep, thinking on maybe some of the words that she said and the understanding that Cannon may be alive. You hear the rumbling of the thunder and the lightning again as it cracks.
In my dream, or
you think it sounds outside, but there was no storm when you went to bed.
okay,
But it feels the same. It's almost like you're like perceiving as you're in your dream, you're almost perceiving your body from outside. And you're hearing as you're sleeping here now the sound of the thunder and lightning. As you then go through and hear and see visions again, the same visions. A man sat in a cave, and you get a slight, and you see him get up and move, and as you look down again, your hands are there. Now with the more realization that these are Callan's hands, you look down, you are Callan. You are inside some kind of small cave. He looks very comfortable, he looks out. As you kind of move around and peer out, is there anything you'd be particularly looking for? You seem to have what you feel is control of Callan within this moment.
all I'm thinking to myself is, please don't need a pee, please don't need a pee, please don't need a pee. That's my father figure. I don't want to pee.
Nice. So as you're concentrating and looking around on that, you feel like almost like you're like a numbness in your left arm. As you look down at it, you kind of look and your fingers are moving, but you're not moving the fingers. As you hear in your head Mira's voice. She's like, "What? Huh?"
Oh, at least I don't have to send messages anymore.
As one half, and Mira kind of goes, "Arta," as she is moving the left arm and the left side of Cannon's body as you have control of the right side. As you guys are in this cave, she's like, "Where the hell is going on?" So you're hearing this in your head. Your vision is fine, but you have only control of the right arm of Callan.
I put my hand out as to try and give a high five.
Mm-hmm. She like notices it matches it. She's like, "This is the weirdest thing." She's like, "Where are we? Look around for clues. Look around for clues." And she starts like, you can feel her forcing. You guys are both kind of like fighting to force, almost like someone's holding your neck as you're moving one way or the other. As you are,
I'll give in and just let her do what she needs to.
as she starts looking around for stuff. Can you give me a perception or investigation check for certain clues? If you are looking for something specific, let me know, and I can lower DCs depending on what you're looking for. If you just want general, you're fine.
My perception.
Your perception with
okay,
advantage.
so minus 1 because I'm still exhausted.
Yes.
Because I'm mid-sleep and REM cycles generally start after
And
2 hours.
do it at advantage. So you're working together.
So what I want to do, so we're in a cave. Can I see any light coming out the cave?
Any what, sorry?
Any lights sort of coming into the cave? So can I want to try and, I'm going to say to Mira, can we look outside, see what we can see?
Yeah, so you guys coordinate and start moving together. And as you get into the first few steps, it's weird how it becomes really simple, like operating two halves of a body that you just kind of both sink into it and start moving like a robot. He's not a robot, he's a little small dwarf man, towards the exit. As you get towards the cave, there's nothing like there's no gate or anything on here. You get to the mouth of this opening and you can see the sunlight, and it kind of like blares into Callan's eyes as you get to the edge and look outside. You can see in front of you like an encampment that's moving up. Very high walls though, so you can see on essentially not wide. Maybe you're in like a very shallow valley, but this wall of brick and rock runs all the way. Not brick, sorry, rock runs all the way up, and in front you can see some like wooden. What looks to be like a wooden encampment setup.
Okay, with my perception check, with advantage, I rolled a nat 1 and a 13.
Good, that would be bad. 13. So as you look around, you clock. This is some kind of encampment. You can see it's semi-permanent with a 13. There's on your left. You can see there are the palisade walls, kind of similar to Redvant, but not. But like a semi-permanent fixture here on the side, a wall, a fence, whatever it is, that's large enough that you can't see over. Definitely a dwarf height, but probably sits close to 10 foot tall on your left hand side. You can see some towers that sit up from there as well. And as you look across to your right hand side, you see like 1, 2, 3 huts. And then as you look up, you see coming towards you a large, well, it looks to be at first like a goblin, but a large goblinoid figure, like a hobgoblin type, much bigger, much broader. As he just shouts, "Oi! I told you to get back in the fucking cave!" And then you get knocked on the side of the head. As you wake up at that point.
Was it on the left or the right hand side?
Of what? Of the head?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, your side.
Ah, bugger.
Yeah.
I wake up and I put my hand to my head. Can I feel like the ringing in my ears?
Yeah, you. There's no like. It's almost like the Matrix thing. It's like your mind makes it real. It's you don't feel any actual damage there, but yeah, you feel like you've just been clonked on the head. And you're like, fuck, as you get up, like. And then you notice there's no storm outside as it is now. I think if you like with the sit and the ringing in the ears, maybe like in the distance you hear like a slight rumble of thunder.
Any direction? Do I need to do another check?
North.
Okay, that's fine. Did I sleep long enough to get a long rest, or can I go back to bed?
You can go back to bed. You can get long. It's up to you. If you want to get up and do anything, you can. Somebody can say you've slept in for a long rest. Yeah, you get a long rest either way.
Get that exhaustion point gone. And I think in the morning I'm going to have to go find Mira just to discuss before everyone else is about.
Yep. Nice. Does everyone else want to do anything else whilst we're long resting? Nice.
No, thank you.
So, yeah, you all can press your long rest button, take your long rests, and awaken in the morning. Arthur, yeah, if you would like, you can get up kind of early as everyone starts to stir and dart out if you'd like. Or you can wait for everyone to be up, I suppose.
I'll dart out. I want to have this conversation, even if I do Infernal before everyone else is about.
Nice. So, yeah, you all are probably like slightly awoken by Arthur swiftly leaving as you all kind of rouse and wake. Those the elves, whoever is up, would see Arthur quite clearly go out of your trance. Yeah, you can make your way over to where you saw Mira before.
Yeah, please.
Hope she's there. Nice. As you get to the barn and go inside, you see that Mira is like in that big long hall. It's kind of like is cramped up in a corner. Just found like a corner that she's got a few blankets on and just is laying with her back to you, so you can just see the back of her head, still like with semi armaments on. She's like half derobed, but it's just there sleeping. As you kind of step in towards, she just rolls over and you can see she's wide awake still. She's like, well, I thought you were going to leave without saying anything, but I'm guessing you're here for the same reason that I haven't slept more than maybe 20 minutes.
No, you must have slept more than 20 minutes, because that... Or maybe. I don't know, I went back to bed. Well, I was going to leave without saying bye, but everyone else is going to be here later, and it's awkward if I just deny it, and also that dream. So, so north.
Yes, she's like, I know where that is.
You know where that is?
I know where that is. That is the Blood Caps camp. They have been moving across many different areas, but we know one of them is within the valleys south of Allhath.
Sorted then.
Yeah, well, yes, in that we know what it is. No, in that the Blood Camp are a bunch of murderous goblin and hobgoblin bastards who
Have you met my group?
That's a very good point.
Yeah. You know, we have a set of skills, and most of them just involve fighting people.
Murdering, and yeah, that's good.
Oh, murdering is...
Yeah, maybe that was maybe a little harsh, but you know, we've seen some.
No, it's harsh but true. I think we're heading to Allhath. I don't know. Ask them what they're doing. We'll try. We need to keep this under wraps.
We can.
Otherwise,
Yes.
I think we've lost the plot.
Yes. We need to. But that was weird. Weird.
I mean, it's not that weird now that it's happened a few times. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but yeah, you're right. You know what?
It's just more now.
Third weirdest thing that's happened this week. It's just turning out to be a pretty crazy week. Yes, please grab, if you can, before you guys leave. Grab me, and we can and have a quick discussion about where you're going and what your plans are from here, because I could really do with a little bit of help in working out what we do just in the short term. If you guys know anything that we can use to help. And also, I am quite keen to relieve myself of some duties to take some time to help.
Well, I know a little dragon who big fan of fire, and those were wooden palisades, weren't they?
Like that, you can see that. It took a second. She's like, a dragon. Oh, he needs the kobold. Like, huh? Oh, yeah, of course. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you guys have an associate. We have also the sentinels that I may be able to call some use from, but we need to make sure we've got everyone safe first. Yes, and we know what's going on. So yes, I'm going to get up and get some refreshments for the morning. Bring your party over and we can discuss.
It won't be my idea. Someone else will have to bring us over. Otherwise, it's not happening.
Okay. If you could,
I'll leave it on Van's hands.
I mean, I could just come with you if you're gonna. If you literally can't go back and ask them to come here, then I'll just come with you after I get some food. In fact, I can just bring. Do you want me just to bring food?
Go get some food and meet up with us.
Yeah, I'll come to you. Don't leave the inn before I get there.
I'll consider it.
You see, the face is the face. Just like, just don't do it.
I'll consider it. Okay. And then I leave.
Yeah, slaps you in the back and she shoots
And
off.
I cast Thaumaturgy to open the door and Cape billowing in the wind, and I twizzle my mustache as I go.
Wow. Same trick 2 days in a row.
I didn't twizzle my mustache last time.
Okay. Don't leave the inn before I get there. And she like scampers off down the stairs.
You are such siblings.
And yeah, well, you guys meeting up and going back, and we're on our way to find you. I think we'll stop there. It's 11 o'clock.
7 minutes past.
Pick up. I know, right? Almost on the money. So all have your, hit your long rest buttons, and we have ticked over to another day. I believe it's day 26. 26 days. Crazy times. Brilliant. And we should be back next week. I think we've put it in.